Start streaming. All right, let's see here.
You guys got any brown drink in here?
Yo, prep yourself. Any brown drink?
I feel like I
Is there
need.
none?
I need
Yeah, absolutely.
There's
that,
those two.
believe it or not, the Slipknot whiskey's not bad.
It's
yeah.
not.
Get you,
It's really
Paul.
not bad. It's
Get you,
better than.
Paul.
This is the wrong show to say this on, but it's quite
quite
better
tasty.
than the Metallica one.
Okay.
There's cups over there. Matt's got them. There's ice up in the ice maker.
I
if
don't
you
need
some
ice. I just want a little hork,
A little
just to calm my nerves.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't need it right
I know. It's cool.
now. I was
I'm
gonna,
not gonna force you to do
Two
that.
I was
fingers.
gonna do it, but I was like, you know what? I just gotta.
When you're ready. I wasn't gonna either, but boy, I need
We're
it
going
today.
to. Yeah. So
It was a long work day.
yeah. All right. So this intro's long
Cool.
because those pieces were long.
Robert Trujillo,
Yeah. Robert Trujillo.
Fragile.
And she almost messed up James too. James Hatfield, like the Hatfields and the
How can you
McCoys.
be a news reporter in Texas and not know Trujillo?
Well, you hear the cats that say Mexea when they're talking
Oh,
about
Mejia.
Mahia.
Mahia.
You're
Mexia.
I
"Shut
get that,
the
dude.
fuck up,
I
man."
you
get
ever
that.
been to?
Or
Mexia?
Bexar.
Hey, hand me that
Bexar
bottle.
County,
Quick.
yeah,
Let's-
Bexar County drives me nuts.
Hey, Rich. Slipknot number 9. It is
Good stuff.
I had to go to
What's up, Rich?
the Total Wine and More
In Iowa,
in Iowa, in Las Colinas to get this.
Yeah, you
But
doing a drywall job out
I
there
don't find so- I was doing a
I'm
drywall.
doing a drywall.
Doing a
The new
drywall job,
McDonald's?
Las Colinas.
at the new McDonald's.
Hey Peter,
Oh shit!
Come
What's
over
going
here.
on? Hold on, we may have to jack with the stream here.
Okay.
Hold on. I was trying something, and it says we're having a packet loss.
That's an internet thing,
it's
bud.
never good.
No.
It's a good thing I am
When your
very
packets-
well versed.
When your packets start leaving town, you got issues, man.
You got bad issues. There's something
You don't
going
have a
on.
good signal. Your Wi-Fi signal.
Well, I just turned it off because
Oh.
we're hardwired.
Hardwired to destruct.
Yeah, the self-destruct. Boom.
Hey, did y'all see that meme that, or it was a short clip going around like TikTok or something of
There's something
Oh,
crazy going on here.
Dave Mustaine in the airport going, "Hello, me, meet the real me."
He was?
Yeah, it was
He
cool.
actually said it.
Yeah,
Oh.
he was laying down, like I guess he was waiting for a flight or something. But it was like, what the
Oh,
him?
shit.
I could listen to that all day. Just him
Stream
going,
status.
"Hello, me,
Why is stream
meet the
status
real
on
me."
Why is the stream status showing to be poor?
Need to eat more pineapple.
Susie says we're a little glitchy.
We're a
Hi,
little
Suze.
glitchy, and I don't want to be a little
Hi,
glitchy.
Susie.
Be a little glitch. Don't be such a little glitch.
Stop being a glitch.
You stopped it and started it again. Classic, right?
Let me turn it off.
Control
and
Alt
turn it
Delete.
back on.
Control Alt Delete. Control Alt
All right,
Delete.
hold on. I'm gonna try to fix this, guys. Give me just a second. Give me just a second.
Did you Google your symptoms?
Hmm.
It says here that you have internet
Cancer.
connectivity problems.
I may have to end this
And
stream and
cancer.
start another one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, now we're green.
I went through a phase of
Green
I
beans
think
go.
it was Dr. No
Green
or
does
something
mean go.
where I fell asleep to that for like 6 months.
Salute.
We're successfully connected. We're moving. We're
Oh,
moving.
man, that
We
is
got some
good.
streams.
Told you,
It's
man.
decent, right?
Oh, that is real.
Yeah, don't tell your buddy James that it's way better than theirs.
Oh.
We drank a lot of black in the other night. All right, way better. All right, so the chat room can see us. We got stuff happening. Way better. I just had to unplug it
Thanks, Susie.
and plug it back in.
Cool, we did it.
So we did it.
Oh, it might be the EMP device that's in my pocket.
You son of a bitch.
I dropped the
Extreme
EMP before I came
Stream
in.
is extremely healthy. So
Okay.
Are you better off there, Susie? Rich says he's better. Are you?
Are we
better off, Susie?
glitching?
Are we glitching?
Are we little glitches?
Choppy as hell again. Way to
Damn
go,
it.
dude.
Oh my god! All right, hold on.
False start.
Maybe a restart.
Well, we're just gonna see
You got
what's
2
going on.
laptops here. I didn't
I
even
know.
realize
It says everything's excellent, and we're pushing a shit ton of packets
The
across
CPU
there.
utilization's
Look at
pretty
that.
high.
We're pushing.
It's the heat.
It probably is the heat.
Damn, Biden's America. And the heat.
Do you want to try and
Becky.
try and do a restart, or
Well, I did restart.
no? I'm saying like restart the laptop.
Oh,
Restart
well,
our-
it showed.
our
This is what I
lives.
don't get: is we're pushing
I realize.
5 meg. I'm just
What's your
making.
memory utilization?
I'm letting it figure out. There
You
it
guys want to
goes.
do a
That was
tech
cool.
show?
Yeah, we're just going.
You want me to
full
pull it
tech
up on my
TV
phone, see what it looks like?
Go for it.
while using our Wi-Fi.
Just don't
I'm not on your
don't
Wi-Fi.
set your EMP off again.
I'm on fucking.
It looks
I
like
gotta
a
drive home.
Sledgehammer video. That's funny. I wanna think.
Still choppy.
God damn it! All right, give us just a minute. We're gonna end this. We're gonna come back. We'll be right back.
We're gonna go kill ourselves.
Panty whispers.
Panty whispers.
It actually looks fine.
What are panty whispers?
It looks good in there, on your phone. That doesn't look super choppy.
Are you guys hypersensitive to choppiness?
It sounds good.
But it's choppy.
That's what matters, right? The other night when I was watching it with Leah and
Ladies.
Scott,
Yeah.
it wasn't like the super clearest picture ever in the world, but it was still
I wonder what the fuck's going on.
the mouths didn't match up with the words that were coming through in the audio. So
Yeah, that's been the past.
and I just got a suggestion to watch UHF. I'm gonna have to do that when I get home.
How's that? All right. Are we still jittery?
Let me see. I was just sharing the link. Let's see here.
All right, it says we're looking good. We're looking good. Everything's good. The little cord down here at the router came out a little bit. And I just stuck it back in there a little harder, you know, like you're supposed to.
Is this? Oh, sorry. Let me go back to the line.
I started watching.
Looks good, guys.
Hey. All right.
I
all
think
right.
the sound is what matters, right?
Yeah. You just kind of see over here. Hello. How you doing? Hey, Stubbs. Guess what I started watching again?
Family Guy.
True Detectives.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Life's a
Season 1.
time's a flat circle.
Time's a flat circle.
All right, here we go.
My Oldsmobiles.
In your old mobiles. Here, let's start this show up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
This episode of the
Guys,
is brought to you by
Guys Note.
and
Victor Wrench.
and Plastic Object.
Metallica returns to AT&T Stadium tonight for round 2 of their M72 World Tour after Friday night's opener in Arlington. So what does one of the greatest heavy metal bands ever do on their night off? Check out the local music scene that
Worship
Metallica
Satan.
bandmates James Hetfield and Robert Trujillo. They
Trujillo.
popped into the Deep Ellum Music Venue. No, I'm not making this up. 3 links last night. The Dallas band Van Dam was
making that
actually
up.
featured there.
Van Dame. She
The
said it
Dallas
wrong.
band Van Dam was actually featured there. The Dallas band Van Dam was actually featured there. It's a no
wanna make
repeat
sure everybody heard
weekend.
that.
That means tonight Metallica will play a completely different
Not
music
that
set from
their son's
Fridays.
bands
That's
were
really
playing.
cool. Both are sellouts, of course, but our partners at the Star
Featured.
Telegram report, because of the stage layout, Metallica is actually outdrawing Taylor Swift shows last spring. Around 100,000 metalheads per night compared to about 72,000 Swifties. Wow, you'll
fucking
still be
packed.
able to grab a secondary ticket if you want. Metallica's tour has moved on to its next stop, but the legendary rock band had a lasting impact on North Texas. After 2 big shows over the weekend at AT&T
Yep.
Stadium, the band, they donated $35,000 to the Tarrant Area
Holy
Food
shit.
Bank. That's incredible. The food bank says it couldn't
their
have
hearts.
come at a better time for them.
This is where we get kicked off YouTube.
We just talk over it. Over and over and over and over.
That's why I use the live version. You don't know where I got it.
Yeah, and Lars's drums are fucked up enough that you won't ever get cut off for copyright infringement.
This is back when they were still drinking.
I was still reading this part.
At the show on Friday? Yeah, that was. Yeah! It is show number 539.
666.
Close. Man, when we have that show,
Yeah. I'm in.
That'll be
gonna
a special
open the
show.
door. That will be a special show.
We'll ask Anton LaVey to show up.
Exactly.
Who are we
Usain Bolt.
sacrificing?
I don't know. We'll figure that
Taylor
out.
Swift,
yeah.
obviously.
Oh,
That's
obviously
the enemy
Taylor
of
Swift.
metal now.
It is
That's-
Tuesday, August 22nd. Happy
Happy
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Matt.
Happy Tuesday, guys.
Happy Tuesday, Nick.
Yeah, happy Tuesday, Dustin. Happy Tuesday, Matt. Happy Tuesday, Marlon.
Nicholas.
Happy Tuesday, Marlon.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, Rich.
Marlon.
Happy Tuesday, Susie.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Susie, happy
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
Rebecca.
Rich, happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, RoboTuner.
Happy Tuesday, Becky.
Rebecca, happy Tuesday.
So here we are.
So,
You know, I use that line at work all the time.
happy
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
I don't do it any other day. It's
Except on
always
Tuesday.
Happy
It's always
Tuesdays.
Happy
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Yeah, sorry.
as a radio show that ganked that from us.
They did. They're no
That's
longer, on there
on
anymore.
there.
And
Oh, you don't say.
Friends of ours.
as
bud.
of this week,
oh,
they
there's
got
an update.
told they cannot put
Cease and
any
desist?
new content on the web until their
Trial's over?
little trials over.
They got cease and desisted.
No shit.
From Cumulus, the power of radio.
What a bunch of assholes. What a bunch of dirty.
You know, for
Butt
they're not
chuggers.
iHeartRadio though, are they?
No.
That's Cumulus. My bad.
Still
Oh.
the same shit.
Yeah, for it's not. It's like the most opposite name ever.
Yeah.
iHeartRadio. No, you don't.
No. It's garbage.
Continue. Sorry.
Can I
no.
start my rant since you just played
Well, I thought we would
what my
clear
main
the air.
rant is about?
We
Oh,
cleared the air real
we
quick.
do
since
need
we
to.
have Nick in the room.
Yeah.
And let's just get there's a big elephant in the room. Let's just get it out of the way.
Red Oak.
You want to clear out some of the
Yeah, I am. I was not born and raised in Red Oak, Texas. I actually was born in Cleveland.
there's
The
been a lot of
rumors are
talk
real.
about this
There
this
was.
week,
There has. Yeah.
and that's what I wanted to get
Controversial.
cleared up. Was
So you mean to tell me you're not real Red Oakian?
No, man. I'm just.
You're a poser.
I am. It's true. I'm a fucking poser.
is the problem you didn't drink enough of that water?
Trust me, bud. I did. Comes in a silver can. It's got fucking blue
Coors
mountains on
Light.
it.
It does. They turn blue when it's cold.
Actually, back then we used to drink it was Bud Light back then. Bud Light and Budweiser.
No Keystones, no Bush, huh?
Some
You
Keystones.
got to do Keystone when you
Weird.
run out of Coors
Only
Light.
Bush
We're
Light when
poor.
when you had to, like, the bum was like, man, I'm gonna buy whatever I'm buying.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Remember Bud Ice Dry? When you
Yes.
really
Oh
wanted to
yeah,
get
we had
fucked
that
up?
too. Yeah, yeah. And really where we started was Zima.
Yeah.
So
With a
let's-
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, exactly.
So do you, being from Cleveland, do you know Rob Harvella or Trent Reznor?
Yeah, we're good friends.
Okay.
Trent, too?
We go way back. Dude, I was born in Cleveland. We moved here 3 months after I was born,
Oh, okay.
Okay, you're safe.
and I lived in Arlington before Red Oak. So
That's my hometown.
Let's get that out there first too.
The
Yeah.
010.
Just got to clear the air.
I
Make
was,
sure everybody knows.
Fuck, I don't remember the zip code. I remember the phone number though.
The 010 is the coolest part of town.
Our number was 641-4310, and that was before the area code was applicable. It was a 214 number.
You lived with your parents there in Arlington?
Yes.
What were your
For a
first
minute?
three?
214-641-4310.
641.
Mhm.
Okay, so you were fed out of the
That's CO.
um,
On the
God
edge of
dang it,
Arlington
it's
Grand Prairie.
called- Yeah, I can't think of what it's called now.
Yeah, yeah.
I just went blank.
Uh-huh.
Dang it, not Crestview. God dang it. Anyway, doesn't matter.
We could do
I would've-
communication stuff if y'all want to.
Crestview's the one in downtown Arlington.
I would have
Yeah.
gone to Bowie High School had I stuck around Arlington.
I would have
Oh,
gone
okay.
to Martin if I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I got in trouble, so I ended
I went
up.
to Starrett Elementary, left after 5th grade.
Only thing I got in
Over at Red Oak,
Arlington
Texas.
was where I was born.
Arlington,
Arlington
Memorial.
Memorial.
Oh, okay.
As well as
I was
me.
gonna say
Yeah.
HCA.
I was born there too.
If you sit at the window where I was born, you can see the brothers' graves.
You know, I want to say my sister was born at Arlington Memorial too. Rest in peace. I didn't show you guys this yet.
Oh no, you haven't. Let's see.
Oh yeah, little
Her
Taz.
nickname
There
was
you are.
her nickname was Tasmanian
Yes.
Devil,
Here's my sisters.
Nice.
and she her birthday is on Friday. Actually,
There you go.
she would have
Where's
been
mine?
38.
I don't have
When's your
anything
sister pass
to
away?
show off any of my
January
sisters.
6th, 2022. That infamous day.
Mine passed away in 2019. Was it? Or on their air, or was it
Yeah.
2018? 2019. Yeah.
It's 2
Same
years ago.
shoulder and
Same day
everything,
as
too.
same day as Dime passed away.
Oh wow.
Sucks.
Yeah.
December 8th.
8th.
So her birthday is the day before mine. She's a year and 364 days younger.
Mhm.
So I got this done on the 8th of August. So it's brand new.
And that's where my sister rests, Dustin, is
Within
with the brothers.
with a stone
The Allen
within a
brothers.
stone's throw of the brothers.
Yep.
Which is a perfect segue.
Oh hell
yeah, well,
dude.
let me do my little bitch and
Okay.
moan real
Okay,
quick.
yeah,
You
let's-
do a
let's hear it,
bitch
dude.
because
'Cause I
we
was-
got a long weekend
So
to
we
talk
got-
about.
we-
This
yeah,
is gonna be
we had
about
a-
4 hours. Everybody,
Yeah.
strap
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
and it's
strap
a lot.
in.
It's a lot
Comment
about our
section,
weekend.
strap in.
The so you heard the clip from WFA. I'm no stranger to going to war with local media and national media. Like I hate the media.
Mhm.
They're one of my worst enemies. I think they're the enemy of the state completely.
And that,
Yeah,
Sum 41.
yeah.
Yep. I've seen it, Susie.
Oh, they have an album called Enemy of the State.
Isn't it called My Own Worst
No, that's
Enemy?
Blink
That's
182.
lit, wasn't it?
Enema of the State is Blink
You
182.
did Sum 41, but
Oh,
lit
yeah.
is the one that does.
Blink 182 is Enema of the State.
Na 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 na.
That's My Own Worst Enemy, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
That's lit.
Yeah, lit.
That's lit. Okay, I get them all mixed
So,
up.
Okay,
They're all the same.
You
band.
heard the clip though. I saw the clip and freaked the fuck out on I think Sunday morning. I was like,
You were
oh
watching
my
the news?
gosh, yeah,
like
and,
no shit.
WFA's on. Like, what the hell?
yeah, and it's for one, congratulations.
Thanks, dude.
It was awesome to see you, Nick, and Van Dam being
Recognized.
being recognized by WFAA. Thank you, WFAA, for
Thanks,
recognizing
Pete
them.
Friedman.
But
we're gonna talk about that
But-
here in a bit. Yeah.
how do you mention that show
Mhm.
that we saw on Friday night,
The Metallicas.
Metallica's show,
And not say about anything about
and
Pantera.
not say a damn word about it's the first time that Pantera has been back and played
in
Arlington.
They say they figured it in 22 years.
So
Fuck.
like I love
even
that
think
metal's
about
getting
it.
recognized.
I
But
was
the
thinking
fact
about
that
myself
the
the
fact
whole
that you
time.
missed that just shows how detached you are from the
I
metal
mean,
world.
why did they mention Van Damme at all? They should have just spent
I
the
can
whole
tell you- I
time
can tell you why.
mentioning
Well-
Pantera.
It's because
I mean, I agree.
of payola. In
Yeah.
the TV world, we call it something else. But how do you show? Do you know how you show you're so detached from a genre of music? You get someone up there that says Trujillo Joe. What
Trujillo.
Trujillo?
Fragile.
Hatfield,
And
James Hatfield.
You don't even mention the hometown heroes that came into town besides Van
I
Damme.
can explain.
Oh, there's an explanation. Did you told them to specifically not mention Pantera,
No. It just I posted all those pictures and everything.
and they got
Saturday
everything from
night,
you?
and Pete, who's now the director of social media for WFAA,
Delcus.
Yep. No, Freeman.
was like, "Hey, send your stuff out on Twitter so I can like amplify it and everything." I didn't realize he meant that they were going to run a news story, and so he put something together late Saturday night for them to talk about that show Sunday morning first thing.
Okay, are you recommending that I give him a pass?
No,
No.
I'm not
saying
giving
that.
Pete a pass.
No,
because
I'm
he's
not
not
giv-
from here.
Okay,
I'm not giving anybody a pass. I'm saying that he put something together very quickly
Mhm.
and was like, "Oh my God, these guys showed up to see Van Damme."
yeah.
That was the story.
No,
he
that's,
was doing that
that's
as
really
a friend.
fucking awesome.
And,
And then it
then
turned
later,
into
WFAA
Metallica.
made a post
Gotcha.
on their actual website of the whole story, of the donations and everything.
If
that
I
they
was putting
did.
the story together, and I'm not bashing Pete because Pete probably
no, this happened
did a
at like
toss-up.
midnight Saturday night.
I'm
into
gonna
Sunday
bash Pete.
morning.
Just because.
No, there's no. need
if
for
I'm
that.
doing a
Observer Days.
story
Pete's
though
the
for
best.
WFA,
No,
if
he's
it got
funny. He's
handed
great.
off to me and I was going to be the director of news that morning, I would have probably done my
He's
due
not the
diligence
director of news. He's the director of social media. But
and
yeah.
found out. Oh, I'm not talking about Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm sure Pete probably
Oh,
handed it
yeah,
off
yeah.
to someone
Yeah, he was more so just trying to say like,
for y'all.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
He was
That's
doing a
and
bro
that's
thing.
fine. It's the fact that it went to print, for lack of a better term,
With Trujillo.
with Trujillo, and no mention of Pantera, no mention of the history, Nothing.
That was ASMR. Whoa,
That was a good one.
It was really
But
good.
no mention. That's my only pet peeve of the whole thing. Is that
Yeah. I don't know because they weren't really.
I don't
talking
disagree
about-
with you.
there
I
was
don't
so many.
disagree.
There was so many attachments too
So many
between
stories.
the shows.
They didn't even mention the other bands that were playing,
right.
which is the whole reason that those guys were there. They weren't there
Exactly.
to see
Their
us.
sons. Yeah.
They weren't there to just hang out in Deep Ellum.
Yeah, Bastard.
They were there to see Bastard Dane.
Bastard
and Otto.
Dane and
Yeah.
Otto, and nothing said
Nothing
at
he
all
said.
about that.
No.
We're just going to talk about
Van Damme.
Taylor Swift.
No, fucking
No, that
Van
was a
Damme, dude.
different story. Oh no, that was the same story because had to talk about the how many people, which
Set a record.
set a record.
Should I go sunglasses
Metalheads
on?
always prevail.
Was fucking. You know, I was sitting there thinking during this show, like, as big as that band is, if they put in to run for the presidency, all four of them,
They'd get some votes.
they'd get a lot of the votes.
I mean, we'd have President Hetfield, Vice President Hammett.
Don't forget me.
Lars doesn't count. He wasn't born in this country,
Well, you're right. And
so
then
he can be
we'd
Secretary
have
of State or something.
You know, we'd have the treasurer Trujillo.
Trujillo. But I was like, man, you said something like in the middle of the set. You said, just look around, and that's when I looked around. and was like, yeah, that was more full than I've seen a Cowboy game in years.
Yeah, as a business.
Not
It's a
counting
business.
the floor. Now the floor is a whole different. I mean, you've got another,
Yeah.
I don't know, probably 10,000 on the floor, but.
Dude, yeah.
Just looking around the seats, and I started taking pictures of just the seats and how they look going around the bowl, and it was
And-
was incredible.
Do you think Metallica?
everyone-
Every seat
Everyone
was
set
taken.
aside all their any whatever left, right, or whatever, and everyone had a blast.
That's because
We
metalheads
did.
don't care about
They
left
don't.
or right.
They
Man,
don't.
it was. I ran into so many. Well, Sunday I not ran into, but like stopped and talked to so many random people, and they were all super nice.
Everybody was nice that night. That's the first time
I sat between three strangers. I didn't
Yeah.
know they were friends of a friend. They're like, "Hey, do you want this extra ticket?"
Yeah.
It was a great time.
It's the metal community. We're
man.
we're
Oh, hell
we're
yeah,
a good group of people.
I think that's the most peaceful event that has happened there.
Way more peaceful than cowboy games.
Way more peaceful than Cowboy
Or
games. I
any
can say that.
fight.
I didn't see any fights.
No, I'm saying like
Fight
UFC
nights,
matches.
UFC
and
Oh,
fight
yeah.
nights. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I
I mean,
didn't see
Taylor
any-
Swift, there was some fighting
I
because
didn't
there
see
were videos
anything
of it.
on. I didn't see anything on Dallas, Texas TV about fights breaking out. at
The only thing I
Metallica
saw was
concert.
that chick climbing the tower.
That's it.
Which, however the hell you got through security to
To
climb
do
that
that?
tower,
So
That's
how
amazing.
did you get 100,000 people into the building 2 nights
it's not an issue.
and no incident?
Very, very.
I'm sure there were plenty of drunk people
yeah,
doing dumb
yeah.
shit, whatever.
That happens
But-
after the show. There's probably a bunch of drunk people that got, you
There
know,
were probably
Arlington.
things I did that I could have got thrown out for.
Oh, we
but-
did too. We were
Uh,
sneaking all
I
over
think-
that place.
Dude,
we almost
okay,
shut the show
Can
down.
we talk about that?
We were like,
can we-
should we turn the power off?
Can we talk about entering the venue? I'd like to start
Sure.
there.
I
Yeah.
would like to also.
I'm not
yeah.
going to address where my seats were, how that came about, or anything. I got from the front door. You went through the metal detector. You had to show your ticket once there.
Yep.
I got all the way to, I think it was section 100, to a seat, and not a single person stopped me.
No one.
I walked
no
up.
one stopped
I
us.
walked up to the suite door and almost followed someone into a suite.
I took my bong in.
Well, I'm going to go off your story because I was wearing my necklace.
I get it. Yeah, you're doing the Wayne's World thing, but like the security, not that it was bad, it was just like if you wanted to be on the floor, you could do
You
it.
could have.
Now, I also read a story.
We should have known that.
I read a story about a guy.
That guy down there checking the tickets
He was-
below our seats.
I
we
read a
coulda walked
story
right
about
by.
a guy that figured out that one of the wristbands was a certain color, and then he saw that the people who are going to the floor had yellow wristbands, so he went and got mustard packets from one of the concession stands and dyed his fucking wristband
Ah,
yellow
Genius.
and got down to the floor.
That is genius. Absolute genius.
That is absolute genius. That's pretty damn
That's what I'm
good.
doing next time they come in with Pantera and you guys opening.
Yeah, yellow wristbands, dude. He walked right past everybody.
Can I say
The-
something though? That the is Metallica getting to the point, or have they been there, where they're nipping at the heels of the Rolling Stones as far as merch and like the whole company. Like it feels like a company took over the stadium.
Okay.
And Kiss.
And
are they getting close to that where they're just a machine, like a corporate like 4000 BX9 metal machine?
I can talk about that.
And I want to get in that too because I want to talk about how the first part I want to say real quick, and I wanted to say this before we got into all this. Over the years, we've talked a lot of shit about Metallica. We've talked about their records and stuff. We've rated their records. We've gone through stuff. Their new record we eviscerated on this show a few months ago. And I want to say the reason we say it is because you always talk critically about something you love.
Oh, wait, that's true too.
You always talk critically about something you love. You always get deep. And if we're not talking about you or being realistic when we talk about you, then there's something wrong. Or if we're just ignoring you.
When I say doing a bit, I mean that everyone always talks shit about Lars playing the drums.
Well,
that's a bit.
Yeah, it's not even that. Like we were actually just
it's a bit.
We were really going through
but
stuff.
No, I get what you're saying. Like you
really being critical
when
about
the next
things.
Nine Inch Nails album comes out, you're gonna listen to it from front to back a lot of times, and you're gonna honestly review it.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say, "Oh, this is fucking good because it's Nine Inch Nails." Metallica has put out some fucking shit.
And that's what we did with 72 Seasons.
Did you like it?
I liked like 2 or 3 tracks on it.
I couldn't get through the 17-minute intro.
Compared to
That's the one I like.
Compared to the previous couple of albums,
yeah,
better.
Yeah, better.
I liked Death Magnetic. Hardwired was kind of weird.
I agree. Death Magnetic
Their
was
greatest
good,
album though is some.
Let's not get into the greatest album talk
Saint Anger.
because we could have a conversation forever.
Well, it's Saint Anger.
Yeah,
by
whatever,
far.
dude.
So anyway, we talk critically, but when we start talking about like what you said about this being a machine, and they are. This is a machine. This is a corporation. They're more than just the band. And you saw that in some kind of Monster the documentary about how they were slowly turning into a moving machine. And what we got in DFW in North Texas this weekend is one of the coolest fucking things a band has ever done.
Agree.
That's true.
Ever
Very
fucking
true.
done. And
Metallica
I know
Takeover was a success.
there were a lot of people talking shit on social media. Fuck Metallica, blah, blah. Man, they're so old, and I was into them back when I was younger, and blah,
you
blah,
saw
blah.
my post about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
But, and it was like, people didn't understand, like, there were people even on Sunday that were like, I don't understand what the fuck's going on. There were people bitching about, we didn't have any attendance at our show on Friday because of fucking Metallica over there. And I was like, well, first off,
you should have looked at the calendar.
you should have looked at the calendar, not book that date because
First
that
off,
date's
you
been
should've
booked
joined Van
for a
Damme.
fucking year. That date has been, the Friday, the whole weekend's been booked out for a fucking year. You should have known
you're
better.
seen.
And
Situational awareness.
on Friday night, like you said, it wasn't just Metallica that pulled everybody in there.
No, sir.
That entire stadium was full for Pantera.
When you walked through that parking lot and you saw the dudes sitting on their fucking tailgates drinking beer, what were they listening to?
Pantera.
They were listening to fucking Pantera.
You know
You know,
amazing?
when besides brand new shirts from the merch stand that people like put over their shit, I think I saw more Pantera
yes,
shirts
100%.
than I saw Metallica
Well, what was
shirts
crazy?
that first
What
night.
was crazy? Do you guys remember when Phil said, "How many guys have seen a Pantera show before 1990?" And there was like, yeah. How many have
Saw you in the-
saw in the 90s? And everybody's like, yeah. And then they're like, how many have never seen us? And like, there was thousands of people like
Absolutely.
had never
Thousands,
seen
yeah.
them.
Never seen them.
Yeah,
That was
that's
their
what I was like.
first
How
time.
man? I guess I don't know. We grew up in a time where we got to see the metal royalty on a regular basis, and you just take it. We've taken
That's
it.
the- that's the
We've
other
taken
thing.
it for granted.
And that's what we have said on this show for years, is that having Pantera in your backyard,
Yeah.
you take them for granted.
Yeah,
you
yeah, for
take
sure.
everything, seeing them grow up and playing, the Tattoo Bar and
Joe's.
Joe's
Or going to
and
Reno's, or
going to Reno's
Trees
stuff.
at the Great Southern Trendkill album release and hanging out with Don
Yeah.
and Vinny. Like,
Just
it's a thing.
all that
Yeah,
shit.
you had the opportunity.
We had the opportunity, and we always look at them as it's Pantera. But there for a little while, they were the biggest metal band in the world because
Goddamn right.
Metallica had slumped off
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
or wasn't doing anything or was
the
doing
early
the
90s,
load, reload,
early
Yeah, dude.
90s,
all that crap.
up to like 95.
Reinventing the steel, dude.
Mhm.
Pantera was the biggest metal band in the world. And so on Friday night, you have two of the biggest metal bands in the world playing together
Under the
for
same
one
roof.
night, but yet there was a showcase which we promoted, and I think it was just bad timing, but every band on that showcase
The
I can
worst
see any day of the week, of any month, any time.
Sure.
But you got, everybody was there. Everybody was fucking there
Mhm.
Friday night.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible.
So the one thing too that I'll say about this is if you're a fan of Metallica, let's say, I hate to put it this way, but let's say you're broke and you can't do anything but maybe spend 10 or 15 bucks to do something and get to be in the same room as Metallica, you could have done that this weekend.
Yeah.
It was $12 to get into that fucking Three Link show, I think.
Yeah, before it sold out, I think it was $12 too.
You could have bought a ticket in advance and been a part of the Metallica Takeover weekend. You could have been in the same room as James Hetfield and Rob Trujillo. They also did the Texas Theater Ross Halfin photography book
which,
signing
first off,
Q&A, which I didn't even know about.
I knew about it. And Rob and Kirk showed up there.
Yeah.
And Kirk hung out.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And-
saying. Is like if you're a fan and you
Yeah.
don't have, you can't afford to buy a ticket. I feel so bad for those folks that couldn't go.
But if you,
you
don't
could
know,
you could have been a part of the weekend in so many different facets. Even to you could have stood in the trees parking lot
Yeah.
and
and
watch.
still done something.
But then there were two other things that went on.
Yeah, the Fugitive shows,
Three other things. then.
Tulips, and Southside Ballroom, and
Echo Lounge had the cover show,
Lounge. Yeah, exactly.
which I think Kirk and Lars showed up at
Yeah,
for a little
and
bit
so
or
the
something.
point I'm getting at
Well,
is
hold on, there's one other thing that was even the coolest thing in the world. You didn't have to pay squat for.
Oh, sure.
You could have gone to a main event in Grand Prairie,
Sure. And
and
gone
they had
bowling.
the crew bowling tournament,
Exactly. You
with
could have bowled
everybody-
with the Metallica crew.
and they showed up there for a little bit,
Yeah.
not long, but they just showed up and said,
And
you
so-
know, and left. But
The thing
what the
I've
fuck? Who does that?
the thing that the news has been comparing this to the whole time is the Taylor Swift thing, right?
Yeah.
Let's pretend you're a Taylor Swift fan for a second.
And Taylor Swift showed up at Three Links.
No, not even that. I'm saying
I don't
let's
have to
let's
pretend.
pretend that you're a fan
I
and
don't have
that
to
you
pretend.
wanted to do something that was part of the experience of when she was in town.
But
Whether
didn't
she
wanna
did
pay
one show, two
$1,800.
shows, three shows, whatever,
Yeah.
the price point for which you had to spend the amount of money that you had to spend to be involved in that weekend,
Was through the roof.
it's exponentially larger compared to the Metallica experience. You could have sat on the back patio at fucking Three Links and bent Rob Trujillo's ear until 2 a.m. He was there until 2 a.m, hanging out, taking pictures, signing autographs, kissing babies, whatever you want to say. He was there to do that all night long. He didn't turn a single person away. He got punished by a couple
member
people.
from
did not-
suicidal tendencies.
Didn't give a shit. He was there all night to hang out. And never in a million fucking, well, let me back up. You might hang out with the bass player from fucking Taylor Swift, but who even is that person? And that's not the person you really care about anyway.
Speaking of which, I need to look
So-
up something up. But anyway, yeah,
that was my takeaway from the whole weekend.
was fucking
And there
crazy.
wasn't many shows in the continental U.S. either. It was very
No.
special. There's not
Well,
many of these
There's
shows
only
going on.
4 or 3 left, and then they go to Europe, and then they'll come
over.
back in 2024, and they're doing like 5 or 6 more stops.
But
But
it sounds like Tara's going to do some touring.
I also
too, by
started
the way,
thinking
Phil
about-
was talking.
I started thinking about too, like what other bands could do something at this level, an entire weekend where you have numerous activities, where you have a day in the middle that is maybe the crew gets the day off,
Yeah,
maybe the band has a whole bunch of different things planned, whatever.
we saw Rage
What
do it in New
what
York.
what other band is going to do a 3-day weekend
They weren't running around
where
town.
the entire Metroplex is taken over?
The
They had
entire
they had
Metroplex.
stuff in Fort Worth, they had stuff in Arlington, they had stuff in Dallas.
It reminded me when
everywhere.
NASCAR first came here, and they were remember when NASCAR would take over Fort Worth when they first came out here, and they would like, "We're go see Dale Earnhardt," at Flying Saucer, and all over DFW there was these events. The Super Bowl, another great.
That's
Yeah.
Another
exactly
great
what it was
example.
like. All the different parties, all
yeah.
the different people
absolutely,
came in.
100%.
It's exactly like the Super Bowl.
But if you're going to be a part of the Super Bowl, you buy a ticket to the Super Bowl and you go to the Super Bowl. You don't usually go to the fucking pre-party on Friday night because you can't get in. You don't go to the players' party on Saturday afternoon or whatever. Like it's a very VIP type of
No, Dustin
situation.
did.
Well, I get that. It's a VIP type of situation, or you got to be part of the photo crew or whatever.
Or do
This-
blow with Joe Buck.
This experience
mean-
that they brought to Dallas this weekend or to DFW it's unlike anything I've ever seen any other band do. It's
I've
it was
never
the
seen
biggest
anybody do it.
concert that you've ever seen.
Bigly.
It's
It was
big,
huge.
it's huge.
Huge.
It's more than any other band I can say has put in effort into taking over a city. That they
And it was
took over the city. They
freaking
properly labeled it.
Awesome.
And I don't know if they had like obligations like, hey, you got to come to town and we want to make sure that everyone fucking gets to see Metallica this weekend, whether you can spend $5, $0, or $10,000 to
Wonder
get
how
in
much.
the snake pit.
Wonder how much Jerry made off.
Well,
that
you even
weekend.
there was a dinner and all within my hands, like dinner thing, fundraiser dinner thing also, and that's the foundation that gave to the Tarrant County Food
gotcha,
Bank,
35,000, yeah.
and I don't know, there was just so much going on, and I want to rewind a little bit. We were talking about security walking in.
Oh yeah.
It was funny. We walked through security. We both went off.
just kept walking.
And the guy's just like,
Yeah,
whatever,
whatever.
we don't care.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that makes me feel good.
Well, I'm gonna go back out to my
Yeah,
car
of
and get a
course.
few things and then
Yeah,
come
then
back.
I'll
Is
be
that
back,
okay?
yeah. And then
I just wonder how much Jared made off that.
I would say
Like at least $5 million, right? Because you got parking alone,
he
It's-
owns
it's a
all
parking,
the parking, and that's
right?
insane.
yeah, it's
and he
definitely
probably got
an-
to rent the place. I'm
It's
sure.
definitely an M.
It's an
definitely
M for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, what an amazing
okay,
weekend.
let's
If we
while
don't,
we're
if I
talking
can't
about
find
the-
out about it tonight, I'll find out this weekend.
There you
while
go.
we're talking about parking, the resale situation for this whole weekend. I don't know if
Chaos.
you guys saw the price of like resale tickets, not just tickets, but parking passes,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're through the roof.
like $1,000.
Although I found
I
some
should
for
have charged
60
Thomas.
bucks.
I should have
Huh?
charged Thomas.
I found some for 60 bucks.
So did we. We found
I had
a
parking in
section
my
like
house.
Section 10.
Yeah, we just parked at his house and got dropped
Section
off by
10.
Susie. Susie dropped us off.
I should have charged Thomas for
We had
parking.
Section 10 the second day. The
That's a
first day
good-
I was
that's
with
a good
a
lot.
friend that had a really good spot. But
That's where my school was.
That was
we
Target.
were looking at it on I think it was Friday after no it was Sunday morning before going into the show Sunday afternoon, trying to find a parking pass because some friends of ours had tickets to go to the concert and they didn't have a parking pass yet, and we're like, you better fucking figure it out, dude.
Yeah.
And so I last minute got a ticket to go on Sunday. I got lucky and someone had an extra ticket and I rode with some friends to the show. We were buying a parking pass as we're coming up fucking Ballpark Way or whatever,
Yeah.
the AT&T Way or whatever the street is.
So,
And we got one for like $60
there you
in a
go.
decent place.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Hit me.
Put it
On
on the screen.
the Jones show.
No,
We got an extra screen on the OBS here.
this hurts. Okay, so to rent a stadium, AT&T Stadium for a concert,
Okay.
it is anywhere between $2.5 million to $3 million a day.
Okay.
That's just to
That's
rent
without
it, I'm
parking.
Sure.
That's
So
and
you're-
without
That's just to
crew.
rent without crew, without any, that's to rent it out. And
It's
they
probably
started
twice as
building
much.
that stage on Thursday.
Yeah, so you got to buy it Thursday.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
And you
Sunday.
got to pay for Saturday, no one
Goodness
there.
gracious.
Nobody's
man.
there. Sunday, and then Monday for teardown. So 6 days.
So you got to make
18
enough money
million.
to cover your nut on Saturday when nothing's going on.
I wonder how much money the city of Arlington made from it.
I
I'm
don't-
sure we'll learn, but
There was an
A few
influx.
$100,000, a few $100,000
Was it Star
or
Telegram
something?
or something said that the influx to the area
Was
because of the
big.
show was insane.
Yeah.
But people traveled. It was like Taylor Swift. People traveled from all
Okay,
over
that's
the
another thing.
country to see this
So,
show.
at Saturday night at our show, I can't tell you how many people came up to us and were like,
Which you guys had resale chaos too at your show. You-
I'll get into that, but
Y'all got
talking about
SeatGeek.
talking about out of town people. I had a dude come over. He's like, "Oh, hey man, what's up, dude? I'm Don. I'm from fucking Arkansas, dude. You guys were badass, man. I ain't never heard of you guys. Y'all from around here?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're from Dallas, dude." And he's like, "Oh man, we drove in for Metallica weekend. We saw this other concert was going on. We figured we'd check it out, man." And there were, I would say, at least 10 different people that came up and said something like that. And so I can only imagine out of the
I wonder what
well,
your social media numbers are going to be like
Mine?
after. No, well, Van Dam.
it's
If
ridiculous.
it had a little jump this week.
Just before the show, I think the day before the show, we added like 50 followers. And then that clip of the WFAA news thing, I got a notification from Instagram. It said it had 2,000 plays,
Damn.
which that I never get anything
Yeah.
like that from Instagram
Yeah.
on anything I fucking post.
I think we've gotten like one. But yeah.
So yeah, it's been great.
I think ours just said someone actually watched the video that you posted.
yeah,
So.
yeah.
It's like,
You have
hey,
you have a new fan.
We
You
get
did
the
something
email,
cool.
We
There was
get
a
the
video.
email from Instagram. It's like, do you guys want to shut down the account?
Yeah, this account has been not used for so many
It's
months.
been deemed as abandoned.
Yeah.
No, it was a great thing. Do you guys want to get into that?
Yes, we
Saturday?
do. Because I've had a close to an experience like that when I was
Fire-
in
fire-
a
Wait, wait,
teenager.
Fire your
hold on.
questions.
Hold on,
My-
wait. No, let's do this chronologically. Let's talk
What?
about. I want to talk about the show on Friday.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do.
Oh,
that.
okay. We could do that.
Wolfgang, Van Halen,
I didn't
Mammoth.
make it in time.
I was
I had to work.
teasing the Doties. I was teasing them. I was like, "This is diet metal," and Matt and I were talking about diet
Yeah.
metal. Then they attacked me. Like, "Whoa, what did you say?
Yeah. How dare you?
How dare you? That's Eddie's
He's
son."
royalty. He's a prince.
Well, that's why he's on that stage, right?
You don't have to let us
He's
know by
a
playing.
name. He's a name.
He's a name,
But
he's done good
also,
stuff. He used to play with
I-
Van Halen and stuff.
I
He's
think
good.
he's talented.
He's very talented. I just didn't like what I was hearing.
I was like, "Whoa, what is that?"
No, the ice machine.
Well,
Fucking ice maker. You guys got all kinds of
It's
noises.
you want to like. We could learn that set that they did probably in 30. The three of us could probably learn that set in about 30 minutes.
I mean, he did some cool stuff that his dad would do.
He play any Van Halen
But-
songs?
No, he
Okay,
did
well,
not.
that's unfortunate.
But he
He
did.
missed the fucking mark on that one, dude.
He did some weird,
Tapping solos.
tap
Yeah. I
ins
get it.
and pick scratching in.
At
and,
least one. Like,
triple picking and
I
stuff.
didn't know who he was until I saw the guy that had the EVH shirt, the
you
EVH
think
hat, the
Belvedere was- you think
EVH
Belvedere was
guitar.
up there?
He had.
How'd Belvedere get all that Eddie Van Halen gear? And why didn't they tell me that Belvedere has a new band?
He does, actually.
So yes.
For the record, he does.
Oh, he does. Do we have a
Alright.
name?
I don't know it, but I'll tell you about it later.
So that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Their set was okay, but then
Then Pantera. Fucking Pantera is playing
Terra.
at AT&T Stadium.
Good gosh almighty.
and when you can sing
There was some-
every fucking word to every song.
There was
now,
some man crying going on that night.
Now I want to say something about this. You could tell the brothers were missed. Zach is
100%.
not.
Absolutely.
They did an
Dimebag.
incredible job.
Zach did great. Charlie is not Vinny.
Can I have that right there?
Oh yeah.
Pour one out for the boys.
They're not the same, but still hearing everything live again
Yeah.
with
Dude.
Phil, and it wasn't the Illegals. The Illegals, it sounded a little weird. I love what they were doing with the Illegals. I love that they
Especially
did,
right here.
they covered, or they did the Pantera sets and stuff.
Yeah, showing respect. Yeah.
But you got Rex running around there being
Dude,
Rex,
Yep.
and
Yep.
doing Rex things, and
His
just
mind
being a
fucking
badass
filled,
and having
dude.
fun. And them walking around, and Phil just walking around with his
Before
hands
the
up,
show.
and people just chanting. The entire stadium just Pantera.
Okay.
I like how they walked.
Dude.
I like how they walked
The-
around the stage before the show even started, just saying hi to everybody. Like,
Where
hey.
were we all sitting out on
The
on Friday?
lower hundreds, in the
Okay,
hundreds,
yeah.
lower about 50-yard line.
I was in the snake pit on Friday,
Yeah,
and when they did walk,
Yeah.
that place
obviously,
went
like
insane.
the
You
echo,
watch
you
it.
could hear the echo from where you were sitting.
Everybody singing
To be in the middle 50-yard line of that fucking stadium when they did walk,
on the
goodness.
star.
it was like it's making the hair on my arm right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
So-
Dustin and I kept wondering if there was going to be a rush because
We kept telling the
they've had rushes before.
the olds around.
No,
us
they
that
were
we
they were
rushed
really
for.
good about letting the right people in, wristbands and all that.
The weird,
Most of the snake pit, I should
unless
say.
you have a ketchup packets
yeah
or
mustard
mustard
packet.
packets.
Yeah.
So the one thing about that stadium, and I've experienced it walking sidelines at Cowboy games during playoffs, is the sound comes down on you and
Dude.
it hurts.
Yes, and when they did walk,
You can
and
feel it
everyone's
coming
going,
down.
"Free,
yeah.
spec." It just like it was.
I was
what was
wondering if
happening
that
was,
was down
it
there.
was
You
going,
could feel it.
"Free, spec." whoa. And
That's
it
kind
just
of how
like,
it is at games too. Like,
oh my god!
and
It
it
was
you can feel it like
incredible.
crushing you. Like you're like, oh my god, this is so weird.
Yeah, that was cool.
But it
Very
was
cool.
that. Was,
I think Dime would have bitched about his guitars for
yeah,
sure.
that's the only
He'd
thing
be
I
like,
said.
"Man,
Guitars need to be
good to be
louder
up."
because you're a guitar-driven band.
right?
Cheers, everybody.
The drums sounded fantastic,
Mhm.
but just it was really fucking weird. And then we hear
Surreal.
people they didn't play Cemetery Gates.
Well, they didn't have
They didn't
Sebastian one
play-
there.
You need Sebastian Bach. That's the only true way. And if
It
you've
got
never seen
played
Sebastian
in
do
the
it, go look at
stadium.
my YouTube account.
It got played in the stadium, dude.
It
Who
did get
cares?
played.
Did.
They'll do it at the fucking next Ride for Dime, dude. It'll be all right.
The next night,
Yep.
fucking fantastic. The band did their bows.
Wait, you're talking
and
about
it kept
Saturday
going
or
up.
Sunday?
No, I'm sorry. I'm going to back up. On Friday, Pantera, they did their bows. They did everything. And just the chants going on and them looking truly grateful
Oh, dude.
about everything.
Yes.
Like, it looked
Yes.
like, at one point, Rex just crossing his arms, just nodding his head like, holy crap, and
I
putting his
took
head
a.
down
I
and
was.
everything.
I was
Like,
like.
he's just like,
I was right
I can't
here,
believe this.
and they're like right up here,
Yeah.
and I'm taking pictures of them. I have a whole bunch of pictures I don't even realize that I took.
That's the way I was. I looked at my camera roll the other day. I was like, I took this many pictures.
My
The
my
show?
phone died close to the end of the Metallica set, and I had to like, hey Scott, can you tell Hampton to like stay in his car and find out what parking lot he's in,
Yeah.
so that I can get a ride home.
So it was that was
Sketchy.
fantastic. The next night they went down to Austin, and I've heard
Oh yeah, Lamb of God.
today. I heard stories about Houston.
Huh.
Houston was sold out. It was crazy, complete chaos. Their normal show. Then they came out and played Friday, but Saturday they went down to Austin, and I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
They played Coda,
Mm-hmm.
which is the
Packed.
Formula One track down in Austin. They have an
Oh, yeah.
amphitheater out there, and someone got up in the tower and shot down at the concert. Completely sold out. That crowd's insane,
Mm-hmm.
just freaking crazy. And I got reports from people that went down to that said that it was just fucking incredible, and it was the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
we had a bunch of people that we know here that traveled down on Saturday to see that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of a couple people that went, but had much better things to do on Saturday.
The one thing I did not know, and I wish I would have known this, which side of the stadium did you come in? East side or west side?
Maybe the north side.
Okay, if you
I
came
was in
from
like the staff parking.
okay, well, yeah, maybe so. There's a bunch of staff parking in there.
So the stadium's like this oval, and I was on this side.
we're on the Six Flags side.
3.
Okay, I know where you were. Then you didn't see it. The AT&T Plaza has a stage out there.
Oh yeah, they didn't do the show that they were gonna do.
They didn't do that.
They canceled it because it was so hot,
Okay,
and that's why Fugitive ended up playing at Tulips.
okay, because I was reading the deal that, and I was like, no one said a damn thing about.
No, they
this.
did. They
Because like
they
Fugitive played 3 shows.
No, they put some stuff out about it.
They did. Okay.
The show.
Fugitive was supposed to play.
Yeah, there was supposed to be like
outside.
a middle of the day in the sun show of Fugitive and I think 2 other bands. I
the,
forget who.
The Stab Wounds and
Yeah,
someone
200
else.
Stab Wounds and somebody else.
Yeah.
And they canceled it because it was going to be so hot. And then they took Fugitive and they added him as a secret guest. They announced that there was going to be there's going to be a secret band of Tulips, and it was Fugitive.
And that
So-
show, I was at that show, and
That was Thursday night.
Thursday night,
Okay.
there was the actual 817 party
Oh, okay.
at Tulips on 817 day, and
817, yeah,
that
no
night
shit.
was
Wow.
awesome.
No shit.
Ozone was fucking great, and then Fugitive comes
That's what I
out,
heard too. I
and
heard Jason Lee.
Fugitive just we ran into Jason. Fugitive
that
was
guy.
fucking fantastic. That was a good show. Jason,
I haven't seen him in forever.
he comes over and he's like, well, it took all of 30 seconds for me to get made fun of for wearing a Pearl Jam shirt in here. I was like, fuck these kids. You're at a hardcore show. Who cares?
Now
what
he's
you're
not going to
wearing?
wear it to the Pearl Jam show in
That's
Fort
what's up,
Worth.
RoboTuner.
Yeah, but RoboTuner was there. Susie was there. Tim from the Funky Panther and Lance from Emo Taku were there. We all hung out. It was.
If I didn't have
that
rehearsal
show was
Thursday night, I'd
fucking
probably
great.
gone.
I told those guys to fuck off. I'm going to this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I ran into those dudes Thursday night.
Did you? I think they went over there.
No, wait. Maybe I didn't, dude. I don't fucking.
I don't
The last
Everything's
month
a
has been
blur.
a fucking blur, dude.
This entire week.
Did they keep the merch open on Saturday like they supposedly did for?
They had a
Swift
spot
show
in
where you
Deep
could just-
Ellum.
They did.
They had a merch pop up in Deep
Because
Ellum.
that's what I was wondering about the merch booth that was outside. I was like, I bet you they're going to keep that open throughout the
I
weekend.
kind of wanted something, but I didn't want to stand in a 2-hour line to get
That was
Hell no.
something.
insane. Every merch line was like that too.
Nah, son. The one on the fucking floor was wide
Thin.
open.
It
dude.
was wide open. It was. I should have gone down there and bought something. So then we talked about
It
Pantera.
was a humble brag.
I need to talk about this. We need to talk about the Metallica set on Friday night.
It's great.
You open with 3 just straight up nut punchers.
Mhm.
I don't,
Creeping
dude, I
Death.
don't remember what the songs were. Was that right? Do 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 do.
Creeping
Creeping
Death.
Death.
I knew it.
And then
That's what I would open if I was Metallica. That's what
always.
I'd open with. dude.
Or the one time I saw him, I think it was at.
Master of Puppets, dude. Like, go, go.
There was one time I saw him, I think it was at
We all know how
Starplex.
that song goes.
They opened with Bread Fan.
Oh,
Right after the Ecstasy of
Fan.
Gold, like Ecstasy of Gold
Oh, yeah.
dies off, then it's just which I keep trying to think if
pretty
I
tight.
ever seen Metallica without Ecstasy of Gold played
Seeing
at the beginning.
having them do fucking a long way to the top is pretty tight too.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. The Observer bitched about that.
Fuck
which I
the
wanna-
Observer, dude.
Yeah, fuck the Observer.
We'll talk about that.
We'll get into that.
'Cause I saw somebody's comments online as a prominent Fort Worth musician.
I kept getting weird
Oh, I
looks.
did.
Had some really strong opinions.
I like the
about
looks that I
Dallas
got when I was
Observer.
running around
Yeah.
saying they didn't play Rain and Blood, man. What the fuck?
That was you,
Yeah.
and you kept saying that
Yeah.
to everybody. Yes, but so they open with Creeping Death, Into Harvester of Sorrow, and then a song I've never seen live out of the. I had to look it up. 14 times I've seen Metallica. I've never seen Leper Messiah.
Yeah.
No
that was
shit,
cool.
yeah,
And
that was
lost
tight.
my balls. I was like,
Man,
"Fuck
by that
yes."
point, I'd had way too many sodas.
I'd had one major soda.
we were
And
getting there.
I was seeing people that I hadn't seen. Like there was a girl standing next to me from high school. Red Oak, shout out Red Oak Hawks.
Red Oak.
Girl standing next to me from Red Oak High School. I had not seen her since 2001, and she goes, "Nick Russo," and I was like,
You're like, oh shit.
"Fuck, what do I do now?" And she was like, "Oh, that's my husband." Blah blah blah. We talked for.
You're
this
not
was-
from Red Oak.
This was between Pantera and Metallica, and the set started, and she just like poof, cloud disappeared. I didn't see her again
Yeah.
because I was over here and I was going over to this side of the stage to see fucking Kirk Hammett, or I was going over closer to Lars, or I was going closer to James Hetfield.
She had to go do the drum step trick.
I was just all over the place, and
we were too.
Yeah.
I was like, I was standing like right here, like from me to this light bulb is like James Hetfield.
James
And then I'd,
Hetfield.
like turn
Jim.
around and like take a selfie with James Hetfield in the snake pit.
I have to go through your pictures after we're done.
Yeah, I'll show them to you guys once we're done.
Yeah.
We'll share some.
We had a good friend that is a season ticket holder there at the
Todd.
stadium. He had a suite, and it
Thank you.
just worked.
Todd from Beavis and
Yes.
Butthead.
That's him.
It worked out to where
Todd
our
rules.
seats went like you walked up the row and got on the rocket elevator straight up to his
there we
suite,
were.
basically, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
we're there.
dude.
So we were just bouncing back and forth, and we went up there as soon as Pantera was over. We went up there and hung out, and then loaded up and came back down, and watched for a bit until Matt got tired of new songs, and then we went back up and hung out, and
I
then
think
came
it
back
was-
down,
I
and
think
then
it
went
was-
back up.
Well,
Do
your
you have
crown
the- you
king,
have the set list up?
nothing. And then we
You have
left.
the set list up. Pull up the set
Okay.
list. Let's talk through that because I remember the first 3 songs. I remember Creeping Death. I remember Leper Messiah.
Lux Eterna,
Yeah, see, that's where I
Too
got
Far
lost.
Gone. Oh no, 4 was King Nothing, and then
Okay,
That's
I
when
was
we
in the
bounced.
bathroom. I was
We
in the
went up.
bathroom during King Nothing because they were playing Lux Eterna. And during the last Van Damme rehearsal, I was like, "Hey man, when y'all play fuck King Nothing, dude?" And fucking, they're all 3 of them trying to figure it out at the same time. And so I was like, "Man, it's stupid, but I like that song."
I do too.
Oh,
Okay,
I
and
can't
so-
stand it. I don't
I
know
like
why
it
I
too.
And
cannot
so
stand
I
that song.
remember being in the bathroom because Lux Eterna was right before that. I was like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm going to go to the bathroom and get a beer. And I'm standing in the bathroom. I'm taking a piss, and I'm like, oh, fucking King Nothing's on.
Gonna shake it off.
Yeah, dude, I had to fucking run. Shake it off Taylor Swift style.
Then Too Far Gone, and then Sanitarium. We
Okay,
went
that
up.
was badass.
We were back down for Sanitarium. Shadows Follow. Orion.
Yes. Which,
Orion, geez, that came out of nowhere.
yeah.
Wasn't expecting that.
When they play that last live, do we know?
I can look it up. Nothing Else Matters.
Okay.
Sad But True.
Huh? Yeah.
Then
Hell yeah, dude.
The Day That Never Comes, we said, nope, we're back upstairs.
Yeah.
So we went back upstairs and they played The Day That Never Comes and Hardwired. And then Fuel,
Basically, the encore next.
Seek and Destroy, and Master of Puppets, and walked off.
Dude,
Master of Puppets.
We
gave
had
me a
4
boner.
songs off
Boner.
Master.
Yeah.
by the end of that show, when we got to Orion, I was doing the thing where I was walking around, whatever, and I kept running into like, oh man, I ain't seen you in forever, dude. What's up?
Leave me alone.
Like J.R. Munoz from Will Call and Elm Street Saloon. All the people from Trees were there. Anybody that's ever served you a drink at Trees
Was all there.
was there in the Snake Pit. It's just so many people. I just like, oh, and like you put your arm around them, you fucking jam the song for a minute, and then you walk off.
Yeah,
Gotta go.
Leave me alone. I gotta go look at other
It
things.
was just, it was a big like reunion party in the Snake Pit
Yeah.
on Friday night, and it I don't know that I like.
I was jealous of the Snake Pit. I thought I wouldn't.
So
I
here's
was
the-
like, man, we
here's
got the
the
best
thing.
seats. The
No,
Snake
no,
Pit
no.
sucks. But
Here's the
then I
thing,
was like,
dude. I was up. I was up in.
I
the
liked our
I was up
seats. I
in the
loved our
suite
seats.
for a minute.
Our seats were sweet.
You can ask Dodie this. He can confirm. I told everybody. I was like, man, I've seen Metallica. I don't want to deal with all the bullshit. Like,
That's the way
unless-
I am. I've been in the
unless-
Snake Pit. I
unless
don't need
somebody-
to deal with all this.
this is what I said. Unless somebody can give me the fucking VIP experience, I ain't going.
And boom.
And
And it happened.
I want to say it was like Thursday night.
You spoke it into existence, man. You spoke it into existence.
And so I got my tickets and everything, got it all sorted out, rode with the dudes, and went and had dinner beforehand. Went to the show, and it just like we're here, and then we're down here, and then we're closer, and then we're closer, and then we're like,
In the
oh
circle.
hey, there's Phil right there, dude.
Wild. That's so wild. Absolutely wild weekend.
It was a
Um,
great night.
Getting out of there was interesting.
Well,
so-
You know what else didn't beat me down? What we talked about when we were walking in, I was there's a lot of amateur
Concert
goers out here. You could tell.
Dude.
I thought it was going to get out of hand.
we didn't have any issues.
No, we really didn't. But we thought we were. But actually, it was just like Nick said. There was some drunk people, of course.
Everyone's having a blast. though,
Everybody
dude.
just was having a
Everyone's
blast.
all the brothers were there.
But we also did the
Brothership.
leaving. We did pro things because I have to go out there all the time. So
Sure,
I
you know
understand all
exactly
this
where you're
stuff.
going, dude.
Yeah. So what we did was we hung out in the suite, let the place empty out, and then we just strolled right on out. We met up with RoboTuner and his. Would you count that as son-in-law? I don't know. Whatever.
I'll
Pauly
ask him.
Shore
He's
was
in the
there?
chat
I don't
room.
know. What are we calling Markham these
Pauly
days?
Short was there.
And then we
A great flick.
Susie was waiting to pick us up, and we went back to Matt's house, and I don't even know.
So
Stepson, yeah.
did we talk about the security issue before we started streaming or after?
No, I think it was during the show.
Okay.
Earlier.
Yeah, no,
We were
it was
like
during
how
the
was
show where we
just
easy,
walked
easy
through
to get
everything.
in and out.
So
Just do
when
whatever you
when
need
we
to.
first got there, we were like, oh well, we got to get to an elevator so we can go to this one floor.
No one
And
was checking shit.
One
on
of
the
one of
elevator.
the guys I was with, he's like, man, let's just like let's fuck with these people and like tell them we're going to this thing. We don't have a wristband. We don't like. Let's just see where we can go. I was standing outside of one of the locker rooms in the depths of
In the tunnel.
AT&T Stadium.
Well, that's what the bathrooms are too for the floor.
But it was before we even had our wristbands or any access or anything. The person that was running the elevator, they were like, well, I mean, y'all can just go on in if you need to.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. And then we get
No
we're
one
like,
looks at anything.
we're about
else.
to, we turn, part of the group turns one way and the other part of the group turns the other way. And we all kind of go, oh shit, which way are we supposed to go? And because of that, the security guy was like, hey, y'all, where y'all going? And one of my buddies walks over and he's like, do you have a map? And he's like, yeah, I got a map. He's like, we're trying to get to this spot, and he points to the middle of the stadium. This is before we even knew that we were gonna go down there. He's like, I'm trying to get here. He's like, okay. He's like, flips through his book and does a couple of things, and I'm blowing up this
You had a
microphone,
book?
aren't I?
You're fine, man.
I'm a little hot.
I'm killing you a bit.
And so he's flipping through his little map book, and he's like, "Oh man, y'all got to go. Hold on, let me see. Y'all got to have a wristband." And he's like,
Oh,
figured out what we were trying to do in that moment.
what you do is you walk around.
That's when
to,
you go get the packs of mustard.
I
You walk
was,
around
I
to
was
one of the
off.
bars,
I was,
and then
I
you're
was
good.
40 feet away from the group.
Yeah.
I was standing in front of the locker room, and they're 40 feet behind me, like. Still
Well, from
talking to
there,
the
if
guy,
you were
and
at the
I-
locker room, you could have just turned and gone down
exactly, yeah,
the
and I
tunnel
was,
and been done.
I didn't want to leave them though, and that's the thing. It's like I
Oh.
didn't have credentials at that second. Anyway,
So then we get to Saturday.
yep.
Although, unless we want to talk about me being completely
Do we wanna
destroyed
talk
for the
about
first
me-
time in a long time.
we want to talk about the yuck puddle at Caves that still exists.
What happened there?
Did you go to Caves?
I did.
We were debating on places to go to drink during the show, but I was in no shape after the show.
I was in no shape either.
I
and
couldn't see straight.
I found my friends that were giving me a ride home. They live in not in my neighborhood, but not far.
Yeah.
It's my buddy Hampton. Shout out Hampton if you're listening.
Shout out him.
My phone was dead. I'm in the parking lot, in parking lot 4. I knew that's where they had parked. And I'm like looking for the car that I know that they're in. And I have enough battery to where I can turn my phone on and make a phone call and say, "Hey, honk your horn so I can hear you." He honks the horn and I don't hear it. And I was like, "Send me a pin." He sends me the pin, and I'm about, I don't know, probably 200 feet away. And I start walking in that direction, and I see my phone has 1%. I call him one more time. "Hey, dude, honk your horn one more time." And I hear it. Found him.
It's quick thinking.
Before that, I'm in the snake pit with Scott. And I was like, "Hey, Scott, call Hampton. Tell him to stay where he's at. Ask him what parking lot he's in. And tell him that I'm coming to him to get a ride home." And then my phone's dead. And so Scott calls, "Hey, Russo, he needs a ride home. His phone's about to die. Good luck. See ya." And
Oh,
so I get to their car, and his wife is like, "Well, this traffic sucks. Like, we could probably go against the traffic and get to Caves." And I was like, "Hell yeah, hell yeah, we can."
Went to
We
Caves.
get to Caves. First of all, I don't know anybody that works there anymore.
I don't either.
So weird.
It's so weird.
and it's a mile away from my house.
We have a couple drinks there, and then we go to the Sunshine Bar,
That is weird. Yeah.
which is where we should have gone to start with. Had several soda pops. At some point, I was told I was drinking 2 at a time,
Double fisting.
and then I got
Yeah, I
home.
wouldn't have made that.
We did some double fisting.
I got home
Yeah.
and I did that thing where
We took
you
some souvenirs home too.
you
by the
walk
way.
you walk in the door.
You did.
I did that thing where you walk in the door and you kind of like take all the shit out of your pockets and you go like this.
Yeah.
And you just fucking fling everything everywhere. And so I woke up the next morning and I was like, "Oh no, where's my wallet? Oh no, where's my keys? Oh no, where's my credit
Yeah.
card?" Well, and so I started to like piece everything together. I woke up on the
Connect the
couch.
dots.
I woke up on the couch and I got up and I was like, the first thing I looked for was my credit card.
There was a
go-
Shiner Bock can in my yard, by the way.
Nice.
Oh,
I go
full or
I
empty?
go
That
get
was empty.
I go and get my wallet and my debit card's not in it. And I'm
Oh
like,
no.
fuck, I'm gonna have to go to the Sunshine Bar, which means I'm gonna have to go to Arlington on Sunday, which means I'm going to fight all the Metallica traffic. It's on the floor, right where I usually set my wallet. It like I had it all jumbled together and it just fell on
Fell
the
out.
floor. Luckily, that was there.
I-
So then I have to get ready and I have to go play this show, which we'll talk about after this. And I'm like, "Oh fuck, where are my keys at?" Looking all over the house for my keys, looking all over. Well, I had fallen asleep on the couch and they were in my pocket and they fell out of my pocket into the couch. And so I looked everywhere possible in my house.
My one hitter's still missing.
Except for
Really?
in the couch. And then, of course,
Did you take it in the stadium?
No,
Where'd you leave it?
I have no idea.
You didn't put it in my car?
No. The only thing I can think of is when we were trying to take care of you is if I left it on your
Okay,
bumper or
I got
something.
to hear this.
So I tried. I have a few photos posted around the. I remember this around the stadium that
Let's
I've
hear about
taken over
this.
the years. They're up on the.
Tell us more.
They're up on the suite levels,
Munchos.
and I remember trying to
Perfect
plan a
appetizer.
heist to steal
By
one
the way,
of them.
Jerry Jonestown podcast was brought to you by Munchos today.
Munchos.
I do remember that.
What was that?
We were going to plan a heist to steal one of my pictures off the wall, one of the big
Oh,
giant pictures.
Yeah.
And then I remember walking out the stadium. I remember meeting RoboTuner and his stepson.
I don't remember the selfie we took.
I remember the selfie. And then I remember calling Susie to see where she was and tell her we were on our way. And I told her to turn around. And when she did, we got the side shot of my truck. And I was like, oh, there she is right there. My truck.
Yeah, front row.
Look at her right there.
Just-
and we hopped in
Went.
and then went to your house.
Which I didn't know that we were kicking around the idea of going to Sunshine and Caves because I would have been all on board with that. But you, my friend, would not have made it. You
Susie
needed a
says,
you
hey,
needed a breather.
your one hitter may have been what fell off my roof when we were driving.
I bet it is, dadgummit.
Sounds
You
like
set
you're
it
going to have to
up
get a
there.
new one, bud.
Because I've done that before. Left it on top of, and then we went to a different location one night, and I was like, "Oh, here it is." So I bet I did the same damn thing when we were out by your truck.
Because something did roll off.
I bet that's what it was.
Damn it.
Son of a bitch.
So,
It
yeah,
was a good one hitter.
was
too.
not in a good shape. And then the next morning wasn't good in shape. And then the next day was your show.
We want to talk about that now, or we want to take a break?
We don't take breaks anymore.
Okay,
We
cool.
just go.
But you can go if you need to
If
take
you
a
need to
piss
take
or
a pee,
whatever,
you can.
We can hit a topic if you want.
We can play the day that never comes with our mouth.
The day you never come.
Uh-huh.
I would like to go pee, and I'd like to have another beer.
Well,
let's do it.
Yeah, can I take a 2-minute?
We'll let you.
Oh,
We'll let you.
Hey, Mandy.
Because I got to
BRB.
hear about this crazy Jesse story.
Well,
That's
we
what
can
I'm
talk about.
Jesse.
Here's what we'll do. We'll fill in the Jesse story while you're gone, because it's a shorty. Our drummer.
I think you might have met
You
him.
might have
but-
met him.
Yeah.
So as this is intermission.
I thought you were doing an elevator version of Cowboys from Hell.
Oh. So Jesse sent us a story which we'll read while Russo's taking a pee before we talk about Saturday night and how crazy that was. But apparently, it wasn't this one.
Put it in a pooper.
It wasn't that one either.
Oh, we had nice steaks.
Where did I put it? In the pooper. I put it in your pooper. And
That was the highlight of your first date, huh? Yeah.
A man in New York City decided to jump off the old Dutch Bank Center, which is 750 feet tall.
Oof. Did you land it?
He hit a marquee that's outside the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, and it split him in half.
Ow!
As he hit, that is known as Billionaires Row in Columbus Circle, up on the, is it the lower west side of Central Park?
Yeah.
He thought he would jump off there. I'm good.
Did you
Jump
say
off
hello,
there.
me?
And
Meet the real me. One half of them said it
as
to
he's
the other.
on- he did. They said they found pieces of him. They found pieces of him
Is that Dave?
down the block.
Well, I guess you're thinking it's just my fault.
Y'all need to cover that
We
at,
do.
your,
Oh,
at,
but
the,
it'd be
at
awesome.
the NRCD.
When is the
Continues on.
what y'all's your next cover band called? P Cells.
P cells.
P Cells.
Hello, me.
But anyway,
Meet
that's
the
our
real
little
P.
intermission story. Was a guy decided to jump off the Deutsche
I guess he
Bank
didn't. How'd they
building.
sew him back together?
They didn't.
Oh no. Oh.
What is this?
Do you want to talk about the other video I
Earl.
sent you today? I had to look that up. It's real.
Did you just
It
put this
is.
in there?
It's 100% real.
Poor girl.
Are these new? Are they warm?
No,
Feel that.
no, it's that stupid sticker label on there. Don't
Oh.
You're good.
do good.
Mm.
All right, so Saturday night,
Wait, no,
Yes.
I gotta know the story behind the girl.
the girl,
Yeah, that got her head knocked off.
she was a 35-year-old Russian Nookie girl, and
You could tell.
she was on vacation in the Dominican Republic with a friend, and she decided to take her shirt off and then
Saw
lean
that
out the
part.
car and be
I'm
dancing
sorry,
and
I'm having more
everything and
Slipknot
having
this
fun,
week.
and she leaned back and whatever.
Oh, and she smashed her face on the fucking sign.
Yeah,
I heard about this.
she
You
had
heard about this?
She had a
You heard
life.
about
I
this?
saw the
You heard about this?
video.
Yeah, you
Wanted
want-
to
I haven't
know what
seen
happened.
the video, and I don't want to.
well, it's not shocking. It's not out of control.
Well, she's fucking dead.
You can
Well,
tell
she-
something went severely
She
wrong.
lived
She
through
did
that.
live?
No, she's dead.
She lived through that incident.
How did she live?
She died in the
afterwards.
hospital.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
What the heck?
But she's just being a dumb drunk nookie girl, not thinking about it. It's like that other model that I got off on a airplane, a little prop plane, and was like, "Hey, look at me! I want to take a selfie," and walked into the prop.
There's a horror movie that has that same scene. I can't remember which one it
Faces
is,
of
where
Death?
the girl has her head out the window and it gets knocked off, and her brother like
Final Destination.
something like that. No, it was
Faces
like in
of-
Are you recording?
hereditary,
Yeah,
hereditary,
we're streaming.
something like that.
It says recording 0.
No. We're streaming.
Oh, you're
It's
doing
going
other-
through, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's streaming.
So what'd they do with her body?
I thought we were gonna have to start all over again. What they do with her body? What's it look like?
I'm just wondering if they kept it.
I gotta tell
Maybe.
you guys,
because you want
Slipknot whiskey.
It's legit,
That's
isn't
pretty
it?
Fucking
Number
good,
9.
guys.
Yeah,
number 9.
pretty
Number
legit.
You should probably have some, Dustin.
Her name's not, or
you can't
her
let me-
username was Hereditary.
You
I
can't
guess.
let me drink
but,
alone, dude. Just
can I
have
have a
one.
glass?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some
yeah,
ice,
of
please.
course.
Just one.
All right, so let's start. Let's go into Saturday because I want to
Okay,
talk
hold on.
about y'all
1, 2,
show on
3, go.
Saturday.
Oh wait, I'll wait until you have your whiskey, and then we'll shoot them.
Okay. So
Where do we want to start? We want to talk about like the planning, what our preparation was like in advance, my diet in advance of the show.
would you not eat? Were you scared
No,
you're
I
gonna
just did-
shit
I
yourself?
just did all the dumb fucking shit I always do.
Okay. All right. So
yeah.
y'all played a show. We talked about it earlier. Y'all played a show at Three Links
Yeah, it was.
with the boys' sons.
So the way this all started was there was going to be one show Saturday night at Three Links
That was my press release and
with-
everything I got.
with
sent.
Van Damme opening. Bastardane, which is James Hetfield's son, plays drums for,
Mhm.
and Otto Ottto, who the bass player Rob Trujillo's son
Trujillo.
plays in,
Trujillo.
who
Yeah.
also is now the current bass player for Suicidal Tendencies.
The kid is, yeah.
The kid is,
Which is awesome.
and previously played in Korn.
yeah, that was weird. Filled in when Phil D was out.
He's incredible.
Is he?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
It was
There we
yes.
go.
Cheers,
We'll
bud.
just Take cheers. There
Thanks,
you go.
bud. To
There you go.
Slipknot.
Yeah, Slipknot. Number 9.
Number 9.
So we were to play a show. Those tickets sold out fairly quickly.
Immediately. Because I got a press release talking about it, and then I got a press release saying it was sold out.
And then
And
they
it was like,
decided,
thanks for trying.
And then they decided that they'd add a second set.
So here's what I would. They added the second set. Got the press release for that.
Same bands?
And
Same
that-
bands.
That stuck around a little while longer, then sold out.
Yes. So we had 30-minute sets. First one was at 7, second one at 11. Early on, I was talking to Beggs and talking to everybody else involved, like, hey man, we should probably like try to share gear. We got amps.
That's what I
We
know.
could use this.
Did y'all strike?
We'll figure. Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
That's the story I'm telling, Dustin.
This is the thing that scared me. I'm really scared of this.
I was very worried about how this was all going to work.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to have to load my drums on stage, set them up, sound check, play, take them off stage, put them in the back, bring them back in, set them up again, sound check again, and play again, and then take them off stage.
Yeah, that scares me.
So I offered very early on, hey, why don't all the bands just use my drums? They're nice drums. Let's use them. Which Otto was cool with. James Hetfield's son, he uses a different tom setup. And so he was like, man, I'd rather really use mine, which I totally get.
Yeah.
the day of the show, we all get there, and I bring my drum cases in. I bring all my gear in and everything. And the one guy, Dan, shout out Dan, badass dude, helped with everything that day, stage wise. Was like, we got Castor. Castor is James Hetfield's son. We got Castor to agree to use Otto's drums. If you want to use Otto's drums too, you're welcome to. It's like, cool. I went and put all my shit back in my car.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
So it made I kept saying this. I was like, this day just became 1 billion times easier for me.
Yeah,
Because all I got to do is
Drink.
take my cymbals up there, take my snare up there, take my bass pedal up there. I'm good to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only did they let us use their drums, but like they had them set forward far enough to where there was enough room behind everything for all the drummers to leave all their shit on the stage.
Oh, nice. Wow.
And so the only thing that we had to do for like setup wise was we
Well-
used full stacks and we used their bass rig.
Both bands are, but not y'all, but both the other bands are 3 pieces, aren't they?
3-piece musician wise, Bastardine has a singer, so 4, but he
Okay.
doesn't play an instrument.
Okay.
However, we play full stacks,
Yeah.
so we brought full stacks. They use their guitar gear for their sets, and we put full stacks on stage.
Did they use real amps?
They use Mesa Boogie, I think, dual recs,
Okay, good.
and
'Cause-
each band had a dual rec plugged into the same cabinet. It was one of those MX400 Marshall cabs that's like
yeah.
a little more bassy. They're like wider.
Yeah.
Doty was like, all these cabs are badass. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
But they both each had their own Mesa Boogie amp running to the same cab. So they turned one amp off, turned the other amp on. The other guitarist was ready to go.
Nice. That's the way to do it.
And
'Cause
then
I'm tired. I'm looking at you under oath. No amps on stage.
dude, I get it.
It's not
So then
That's not rock and
right.
roll.
It's not rock and roll.
the bass player from Bastardane, he I guess like broke his ankle recently, skateboarding or something. The guitar player from Bastardane had surgery. He had just like recovered from. They had a fill-in guitar player.
What's it
for
like to be a
handful of
kid again?
shows.
Just
I don't know that they're quite kids.
Skating?
I feel like they're maybe in their like early 20s.
that's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which one was James' son? With
The drummer
He
from
broke his.
Bastardane.
He had broke.
No, he was fine, not
Okay.
injured. The bass player had broke his ankle somehow,
Oh,
and the
okay.
guitar player had surgery recently.
Damn.
Yeah,
Kids are
it's,
rough.
yeah, it's
Kids
crazy.
are rough, man.
So yeah, we.
And what time did royalty get there?
Good question. So
Well, I didn't show up. So.
we, before we went on stage, I kept bugging Evan, the GM. I was like, "Hey man, what's the ETA? What's the ETA? what's it look like?" Because I could see he's like all over the place, like talking to people, like, "Hey, be here, be here."
That's what
getting
I've
stuff
heard.
ready, and,
Yeah. It was pretty
uh,
secure.
and he's like, ETA 7:15, and our set started at 7. So I told Doty, I was like, "Hey, dude, middle of our set, fucking James Hetfield and Rob Trujillo are gonna walk in." He's like, "Why'd you tell me that? You should have told me that."
Yeah.
Anyway, Rob Trujillo actually came in before our set started, and I didn't even know.
Really?
He had a baseball cap and a hoodie, and had the hoodie.
Had to
pulled
be
up.
He was
I
looking
forgot.
cool undercover.
Didn't
Had
did
to be
not
hot.
Even know he was there. He was. It was a thin, small hoodie,
Okay.
and I'm sure he gets the best air
He's
conditioning.
a
on earth.
SoCal.
Yeah.
He's a
Uh,
SoCal surfer, dude.
and
He knows
so
what to wear.
He was there
Look
for
cool.
both of our sets. I think he was there for the whole first set. James Hetfield got there as soon as Otto, who played second, was about to go on stage. And so I saw a bunch of people like start to get like walked to the roped off area. And one of the guys looked like James Hetfield and definitely was not James Hetfield. It was his brother. You could tell he had the fucking James Hetfield horseshoe.
Which is the guy from Orange County Choppers.
But he was like maybe like 15 pounds heavier and like 3 years older than James Hetfield. You could tell it was his brother.
the dad from Orange County
And then,
Choppers.
no, he didn't quite look like that. He
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
muscular. He was more pudgy. And you could see like it was all family, older people coming in. And so they all got brought to the roped off area. And then as Otto was about to go on, James Hetfield. I'm standing at the front of Three Links. I say the front. I'm talking about the back where
Right.
you walk in the front door of Three Links.
Yeah.
Is the best AC spot. I'm up against the garage door because I knew James Hetfield was about to walk in, and I get my phone out and I'm like, "Look at James Hetfield right there!" And so they all walk in and they walk past us, and then as he gets to like the roped off area, I click a picture of him that was real fuzzy. I clicked another one, and that one was pretty clear. You could tell it was James Hetfield, and that's what you see on the WFAA post.
That was the one.
That was the
The
one.
money shot.
And so he
Did Bread Fan start playing as he walked in?
No,
Oh,
I
should've.
was. It was actually more of like.
Yeah.
Not the intro to Am I Evil?
Do you have his boots on?
Fucking Dyer's
Does he have his
Eve, dude.
boots on?
It's more like Dyer's Eve.
Dyer's
Is he
Eve's
wearing
pretty
his
good.
No,
boots?
dude, he had on fucking flip flops, shorts, and a tank or and a t-shirt.
No, he was
Just like-
he was
like
there in
what I'm
golf
wearing right
chill.
now. If anybody ever, all you people in the fucking chat, if anybody ever gives me shit about wearing fucking thong flip flops ever again, James Hetfield wears that shit like all the time.
I wear thong flip flops all the time.
Fuck anybody that has problems with thong flip flops.
I need a good pair of flip flops
Anyway.
that feel good.
So he comes in, he sits down, sits in his seat, right next to the ATM at Three Links, and
That
Otto's on, and he's just fucking, he's jamming there, and I was like, well, "Where's Rob Trujillo?" And I fucking look over on the side of the stage, and Rob Trujillo's right. Actually, no, let me back up. We finished our set. We got all our shit off the stage, and Otto's setting up. And I go back and sit on the back patio because I wanted some fresh air because it was like nearly the same temperature inside as it was outside. And I'm walking, you know, in the what used to be the women's restroom at Three Links. I'm walking along that side where the stairs are to get up on the stage,
Oh yeah, they're
and the stairs to the green room
all
upstairs
sex
and
now.
all that.
Yeah.
I'm walking down that hallway to go outside, and I walked right past Rob Trujillo. I didn't even realize he was there. I go outside, and Reese comes outside, and he's
He
like,
could have killed you.
Reese goes, he could have. Reese goes, hey man, you just walked right past Rob Trujillo, and I was like, what? And so I turned around and I walked back in, and I was like, hey man,
It's like being at Nam.
thanks for making it early enough to check out our set. He's like, oh yeah, cool man, you guys are good. And then turns out he was on, like, as soon as we finished, he was on the back patio talking to other people, and he's like, man, those guys were really good out there.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Talking about us. And
Yeah.
so then I went on the back patio.
Y'all
I
are
was
to be
just,
signed to Metallica's.
I was just
boot
Black and
camp.
Records.
Yeah, Black and Records.
So we're sitting on the back patio at Three Links as you do, and he comes outside, and my buddy Hampton like walks over. He's like, "Hey man, what's up, dude? How you doing?" He's like, "Oh yeah, good, whatever." Just another dude on the back patio, and Hampton's like telling him a story about when Beastie Boys did their book signing in L.A. My buddy Hampton went to that thing, that Q&A session or whatever, and sat right behind Rob and his family, and was like, "Oh man, I sat right behind you guys at the Beastie Boys thing," and his face just went,
Yeah.
and it was like one of us type of thing.
Yeah.
And so he just like he opened up and like he was real
Started
cool.
hanging with
yeah,
the bros.
real cool after that. And then I was like, "Hey man, is it cool if we get a picture with you and our band?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude, let's do it." And so I gave my phone to Gavin or
You
to
better be
Ham-
glad
to
y'all
Hampton.
didn't suck. He probably would have said, "No, you guys suck."
Took a
I'm not taking
picture,
pictures,
and that's the picture that showed up in the WFAA
WFA.
Yeah.
post. And man, he was 100% accessible all night long. He sat on the back patio like everybody else does at Three Links, which there was nobody out there all night long. Usually, like, you know, there's people that smoke
Right.
weed,
Yeah,
cigarettes,
hang out.
whatever.
No one hung out on the back porch.
No one hung out on the back patio because it was so fucking hot.
Yeah.
I had access to Rob Trujillo for about 6 hours on Saturday.
Did you get his number?
I'll get to that in a second. So,
Let's call him up.
so Otto does their
Back
set.
to Black and Records.
James
Trujillo.
Hetfield is there at this point, sitting in the roped off area. He watches Rob Trujillo's son's band, which that dude is a badass on the fucking bass. Like, it is clear that his dad
No,
is the bass
he's-
player for Metallica. He rips, and he's got this badass custom shop silver sparkle P bass
Mm-hmm.
with a matching headstock.
Uh-huh.
It sounds incredible. He's
I
got his
saw
tone
him with
dialed in.
Suicidal, and
It's-
he's insane.
It's incredible.
He's
I'm gonna take some
he's a
beer.
badass. He was the last time Suicidal came through. He was with them, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
He's so good.
Yeah,
He does a section in their set.
You
a
can
so-
burp on
he
mic.
does it-
We do it all
I
the
know, I
time.
know.
Yeah.
He does a solo. That was going to be a real foamy, gross one.
And
I
then-
want you to hear that. He does a solo in the middle of their set that his tone sounds nearly identical to Cliff Burton during the what's the fucking solo he does?
Bass solo, take one.
anesthesia.
Yes. He has that tone and he does a solo and it doesn't sound anything like it's not a copy of that solo. It's his own thing, but it's that real gravelly.
Yeah.
the nasty
gainy,
fuzz that
nasty
everybody's
fuzz.
been chasing for years.
He has it down, dude.
That's awesome.
So they do their set. They fucking rip. It's a 3-piece, and all three of them kind of sing, but the guitar player is the lead singer. The drummer harmonizes quite a bit. Their drummer is a bad motherfucker. Like, he's doing stuff with one foot on the bass drum that I can't even think about doing with a double bass pedal.
That's awesome.
He's incredible.
I'm guessing their home base, both bands, is California.
Southern California, yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
They call themselves PCH.
Pacific Highwayers.
Pacific Coast Highway, yeah. So they go off. They played second, and then Bastardane headlined the first set. Those guys come out, and the singer. If you guys like COC, you would like Bastardane.
Yeah, they're right up there because
Um,
I've listened to all of them.
both
so.
bands, I listened to their recordings before the shows, of course, just to kind of like check them out. I listened to a lot of both of them,
Yeah.
and honestly, like their recordings do not do them any justice.
That's the other thing.
Their live shows are fucking powerful because
I watched their live YouTube stuff to see what to
Yeah.
expect. and it
okay,
was
I didn't
really,
even
really
I didn't
good.
even go that far. I just like
Yeah.
everything on Spotify I ran through. The guys in Auto, because of how good Ty
Mhm.
Trujillo, it's like it's obviously he's playing on the recordings, but like he's doing all kinds of random fill-in things that like it just sets it apart from the live stuff. And then in Bastardane, the singer, he has kind of a Pepper Keenan vibe to his vocals, but his onstage banter is like, I don't want to say it's like cocky, but he's kind of like, yeah, we're the best kind of thing.
But that's what you gotta have.
You gotta have
You
it.
gotta
Yeah.
have it. A lot
And
of
he
people
did
don't
it-
like that, but you
he
gotta
did it-
be ballsy about
He
stuff.
did it in the perfect way to where it wasn't like too much,
where you don't hate them.
but it's also like he's got his shirt off and he's got a fucking marching hat on, like if you're in the marching band, he's got a marching hat on,
That's awesome.
and he's got fucking he had on Doty's white blue blockers. He found him sitting down. And he's like, he just put them on
That's awesome.
and wore them on stage.
Did
It's
Doty
like,
get
"Where
him
the
back?
fuck is my
Yeah, he
shit?
got him back. Yeah, yeah.
Hey man, I need my glasses.
No, he was like, yeah, dude, wear them. Who cares? I don't care.
That's funny. That's
and
awesome.
then he took them off and he had like little black eye makeup, whatever, on his eyes. And like James Suncaster, he has a little like a couple of different vocal parts in a few songs. And when he starts singing, it sounds like Ride the Lightning, James Hetfield. I keep saying James Hetfield.
James Hatfield.
James Hatfield.
WFAA told us that.
It sounds like Ride the Lightning, James Hetfield.
Really?
Yes.
With the reverb built in?
No, not
Oh, okay.
quite, but like
It's probably
He-
AI.
it's young James Hetfield voice, still like able to sing and hit notes and stuff. Not
Yeah.
quite gravelly, but then he'll put the growl in there, and it's like
What the
it's
fuck?
very clear that
That's
that
cool.
is James Hetfield's son.
You don't need a DNA test. You can
No.
tell.
Did you ask them like what they think of Dallas? What they think of that show and everything? Did you?
So they've been playing theater shows.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Dallas Observer article, Dallas Observer interviewed Otto a couple days before the show, and the headline of the Dallas Observer article was like, something something something. Otto likes playing dirty clubs.
They've been doing all like in New York. They did or in New Jersey where it was the New York show.
But they were excited about playing
They were
a
playing
small
big
club,
stuff, yeah.
and they said something about like, "Oh, we like playing dirty clubs."
Yeah.
Like Three Links is a fucking dirty club. It's not, right? You guys
But
know this?
it's
It kind of is.
it's
it's got
dirty in
that-
a good way. It's not
Yeah, yeah,
dirty.
exactly.
It's
Yeah.
you're not playing a nice theater in New York City. You're
Exactly.
not playing Terminal 5.
You could
or-
tell that
Yeah.
they were having fun.
Yeah,
They were just there to like,
the Bowery.
my dad's here. We're gonna fucking jam. I get to play for my dad today. They don't get to do that very often. I don't think.
No,
And so James Hetfield wore a fucking Bastardane shirt to the show. He's been wearing it all tour
yeah,
Yeah.
to most of the shows. But yeah, so the first set went off without a hitch, no issues. It sounded great. We killed it. We played a couple new songs in our set. After the show, obviously, like I was saying, we hung out with Rob backstage. And then the second set was supposed to start at 11. So Bastardane finished at 10. They go off stage. We get all their shit out of the way. They're signing autographs and taking pictures with everybody. And so I'm like tearing down the dude's drums shit, all the cymbals and everything. I put them off to the side. And then set my stuff up. We play our set. And I feel like our second set was stronger than the first because we were kind of like, we were loosened up. We had some drinks.
yeah.
We're doing the Van Damme thing, right? And then Bastardane played after us for the set instead of Otto. Otto headlined.
They flip flopped.
Right.
Flip flopped.
After we finish our set, Reese is like trying to like get his shit broken down, and Rob Trujillo's standing right there on the side. So if we're looking out at the stage,
Yeah.
out to the crowd, Reese is on this side of the stage, and Rob Trujillo's right here, and he's fucking like examining his pedal board.
That's
Yeah. That's cool.
cool.
Did y'all talk any
And
shots?
it
So
was- at all?
then after that happens, like we get all our shit off stage, and Bastardane starts to load on. They get their shit going. We walk out to the back patio, and Rob Trujillo fucking gives his phone to Reese and is like, "Hey man, put your number in my phone. I want to text you about bass gear because your shit sounds really good, and I want to know like what you're
Some
doing."
of the stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
And Reese is like,
What?
he's doing that like that gif that the guy's like, "Ah." That's exactly what's happening. Like he can't
He's got a boner.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
a-
for a dude that like Reese. I know you guys know Reese, but
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
I see him every week, and when he shows up to rehearsal, you may not know this, and you may not either, but like usually you show up to rehearsal, you plug your gear in, you plug your guitar in, you're ready to go, right?
yeah.
Reese shows up, he gets his pedal board out, he sets it on the floor, and he looks at all the knobs, and he like,
Diddles.
plugs his guitar, his bass in, and he makes sure that he sounds exactly how he wants it to sound.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't rehearse with anybody else like him. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying it as like he is very critical of his sound. And for one of the biggest bass players in the world to come to him and go, "Hey man, what are those pedals that you're using? And like, can you give me your number so that like we can text and like
we can talk.
let's talk."
That's badass.
That's pretty cool.
And so he was like, I can't believe this. I
That's
can't believe
awesome
it."
though.
Then he
So-
got drunk and butt dialed him later that night, right?
No, that was like Rob handed Reese his phone. Was like, "Hey,
That's
put
so
your number in
crazy,
my
man.
phone." So he didn't get Rob Trujillo's number,
Yet.
but Rob has
His number. Hey,
to
it's Rob.
text. Yeah,
Till he
So
exactly.
maybe someday
The
he
cool-
can get a
like-
text.
How cool is that, dude?
Yeah,
No,
that's
cool
badass.
as
For
shit.
someone that's as critical about your sound as he is, like, I love Reese to death, and that is like, to him is the highest
Yeah.
compliment that you can get.
I would have been on cloud nine. Just there was like
He-
I don't give a
he
shit.
couldn't
I'm
believe
just like,
So that was like the thing we talked about most of the night. Bastardane played after us again in the second set, and then Otto played last, which I feel like was a good idea. Their last couple songs are fucking strong in their set, and then the set was over, and all the crowd left, and Rob Trujillo fucking sat on the back patio with
All
Just
y'all
hung out
just
with
hung
y'all?
Yeah.
The
So Doty posted a picture, I think, at like something like 3 in the morning, and you could
Wow.
tell that Doty had a few soda pops. And it's a picture of him with Rob and Ty Trujillo. He's between both of them.
Oh yeah, I saw
yeah,
that.
I
His
saw that.
eyes are fucking.
I saw Nikki's
hammer-headed
video
out.
too of Rob like bobbing his head and stuff during your
Yeah,
set.
dude.
That was
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. But yeah, it's multiple times throughout the night. Like someone also heard him say that he really liked James'
So
voice.
how big's the
vocals.
contract? Is it
I
a
can
thick
neither
one that y'all need to?
confirm nor deny. It's about this big.
Oh God, here we go.
Just kidding. No, it's no. There's nothing like that, dude.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will see. You're absolutely right. We will see. We got to record an album first. That's
That's
to
true.
come very soon.
How was James's pants after this night? Were they
Lou
were they-
Rel?
Yeah, were they sticky? Was he?
I would
was
bet
he
that they
okay
were
with
piss
everything?
soaked.
Yeah, was he losing his mind?
He actually so James is one of those guys that like you can visually see when he's anxious, excited,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he held it together really well comparatively. Like I didn't say anything to him about like, oh, these guys are going to be here at 7:15. I made sure not to do that.
Probably a good idea.
But then he saw
The train
Rob
rolling in.
Trujillo come
Yeah.
in at some point, I think, during our set. And then after our set, he saw that James Hetfield was there, and he was like, dude, fucking James Hetfield's here, dude. Obviously, James Hetfield left. His son's band played third in that first set. And as soon as his son's band was done, the entire Hetfield family was gone.
Yeah.
They probably had 8 people
Yeah.
that's awesome.
from the
though.
Hetfield family there, and they left as soon as Bastardane was done.
Well, it was time to get to Nobu
Yeah, right.
at the Crescent.
Yeah,
I know where they stay. But
most
that's
likely.
yeah.
So yeah, that was Saturday night, dude.
The the other thing I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
you,
ask,
God
fire the
damn it.
questions away,
I
you
had
guys.
one more question I was gonna
Let
ask
him,
you.
let him
God
rip. I
damn
feel
it.
like I was talking quite
Did
a while.
you talk to James at all?
No,
Did
no.
anybody?
He was
in the
not
ba-
accessible.
He was non-accessible.
He's
he's the
not. He doesn't like taking pictures with people.
Okay.
He doesn't like interacting with fans.
Yeah.
Which I get. You're fucking James
Yeah.
Hetfield.
That's
It's like
one of the
it's like
things I was
being the
told.
Pope. Which the Pope is probably more accessible than James Hetfield.
Oh, this is what I was gonna tell you. This wasn't a really question. Last night I went over to shoot Beck.
I got a question. No, I got something to say.
No, it's kind of it's kind of a question a little bit. But anyway, I went over and shot Beck,
Oh yeah,
and there was
they talked about Van Dam.
some other big photographers over there, and I was asked the question because they know, that I know you guys, and
Connections, yeah.
we have connections, and we're friends and everything. They asked, or I had someone over there. I'll tell you who it was off the mic,
That's cool.
but they were like, "How the fuck does this keep happening to you?"
Oh, to me?
Yeah, with
I
the
mean-
whole Dave Grohl bullshit.
Huh?
And swimming and all that, then building set lists with them, and then you're doing a Tenacious D set, and Tenacious D shows up, and then what happened this Saturday? They were just like, "What the fuck?"
Just keep the right attitude, man.
Exactly. I think that I can attribute it to treating people with respect,
Yeah.
knowing the right people, and not trying to become friends with the right people, but just somehow along the way, like
it's just
the-
connections.
If we
It
think
is.
if we talk about the Tenacious D show, I had to send one text, and that was to Scott to say, "Hey Scott, can I have 3 links on Saturday at 5 p.m. on this day?" And the initial response was no. He didn't just agree to letting me have 3 links for the day. I had already told the bass player from Tenacious D that we were playing at 3 links at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And the Monday before that Saturday show, I get a text from Scott. "Hey, dude, we're good for Saturday at 5. I made it happen." And so, treating people right, making friends with people, taking care of other people. I feel like I do I hate talking about myself. I feel like I do a thing where I always try to promote my friends. I try to help my friends. Anytime anybody needs anything, I do whatever it is that I possibly can to help them out.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys started a brand new band and you're like, hey man, can we like fucking open for you guys? I'd be like, absolutely, dude. Let's put a show together. I try to do everything that I can to put us all up here.
Yeah.
And I don't think a lot of people really put effort into that. You know, if you think of back to I don't want to call it like the glory days of Fort Worth, but if you think of like the 2015 to 17 or 18 in Fort Worth of like Huffer and Duel and all the bands that were playing at Lola's at that time.
Yeah.
If one of us had an idea for something to do, like, hey, Duel's going to do our album release show, we're going to get All Clean to play with us, or we're going to get this band like Bowls or whoever. Like, I always try to see who it is that's like they're busting their ass, they're doing a really, really good job of promoting their band, and no one's really given the attention they deserve. I'm going to do the small little thing that I can do, which is like share their album, reshare their show post or flyer or whatever. I just want to do those little things that can help. And if one person sees it, that's one more person that's going to be at the show. And you guys know as well as I do, having 14 people at the show versus 15 people at the show is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so I've always tried, and even when I wasn't even in bands that were playing shows, always tried to promote my friends, made sure that everyone knows, you know, these guys are doing really cool things. This band has a new album coming out. This band's been playing a string of shows and they're really tight right now. Like all these little things I try to do for everyone else. And I feel like it's
It
the
pays off.
universe coming back and going, you know what, Nick, you did all these really great things, and we're gonna bring Tenacious D to you tonight. You know, and I also do things that I feel like are sort of pushing my narrative. The whole Tenacious D thing happened because I went to Red Rocks in July and I took a bunch of pictures and I tagged all the band members, and the band members responded. What nobody else knows is in March of that same year in 2019, when that show in Dallas got announced that was happening at Bomb Factory, I said, you know what? I know way too many people at Bomb Factory to not have an opportunity to meet these guys. What can I do between March and October that's going to give me the chance to meet these guys?
Yeah.
Whether they're going to come to my show, like the big dream is like, hey, they come and they sing and they do a song with us, right? That's the dream.
Yeah.
But like, what's the least possibility? And that is like, hey, I get to shake their hand,
Right.
and thank them for their music.
Well,
And so I think of what can I do in between there and there to make this happen. And I saw the Red Rocks show, which is like a bucket list for a lot of people. I went to the Red Rocks show. I took pictures. I tagged all their band members. They happened to respond. And they're all friendly people. And they all go and look at my Instagram and like other pictures, and they see what I do. And I tell them, hey, in this drunken moment, hey guys, I'm going to do this show the same day that you're playing in Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm doing it whether you're going to be there or not. I'm doing it.
Just thought you should know.
And they actually look at the message, and then they respond, and then they go, man, we could do what this guy does for everybody else.
That's cool.
And they
You
do.
guys get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, this is a surprise to you, but we did some work, and this weekend you're having a big party
I am. It's
for
true.
your 40th, and where you're doing 2 sets. You're doing your
True.
NRCD set, which is your Tenacious D set. You're also doing Lazy DC. And as a surprise to you, we have Brian Johnson and Angus Young right outside the door here.
You know, you say that. If you don't think for a second that I haven't in the background DM'd the ACDC page and I messaged fucking Britney Spears and a whole bunch of other dumb people to tell them that I'm
You
having
never
a
know.
40th birthday party at Doublewide, if you don't think for a second that I've done that, I have 100%.
All of a sudden, Obama shows
That's
up. I don't
still
know where
open.
I've hung out with this guy, but
Still
I'm gonna
open,
go to his
bro.
birthday.
I mean, what if a black Tahoe pulls up for the double wide and out comes Brian Johnson like, hey,
You know what?
guys."
Let him fucking come in
fucking
because guess
rad.
what? We got a better singer than him.
Ooh, challenge. There you go.
Oh.
100%.
Taking
dude.
it to him, man.
Well, he
Taking
decided
it
to
We
get
only-
back on the plane and fly back over to Scotland.
We only do Bon Scott ACDC.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can't have that happen. We haven't figured that out technology yet. We haven't
If you
figured out how to
look at-
clone him.
If you look at my Twitter, there I made a post. I don't know about 2 or 3 months ago.
We like to call it X.
at nrusso14. If you look at my X account,
Yes.
not my ex-girlfriend, but X, the
X.
social platform.
Twitter.
I put a post on there of telling the Foo Fighters, Tenacious D, and AC/DC, hey guys, I'm doing a show on August 26th
so
at the
awesome.
Double Wide. As soon as they agreed to let me do it,
Sure.
I put this post up.
Well, Dave's not.
You
doing that
have
right
to
now.
do that.
You do have to do that.
If you
do.
want,
You're exactly right.
Look, if you want to do the things, the dumb shit that's happened to me, I say dumb shit, like all these ridiculous things that happen. I make
You
this,
have to do it. It
I,
looks
I
crazy.
make this I make this joke with Scott Beggs all the time, and it's a joke, but there's a half truth to it, which is I was sitting at the bar one day. I'd done some mushrooms, and I was DJing.
You were stacking.
I was DJing at Three Links, and
That's what we talking.
I had my DJ rig running a song on stage, and I'm sitting at the bar at Three Links, waiting for a drink.
I love
I'm
that
just
scene.
letting
love
it
that
run.
scene.
I got songs queued up. We're good.
Yeah.
It wasn't 50 Cent and Tool, was it?
No. It wasn't anything like
Whatever
that.
it
It was all yacht rock.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that in a second. And I'm going to the bar to get a drink, and Scott's sitting next to me. Pete Friedman's over here. Gavin Malloy is there, and they're talking about the whole Tenacious D thing. And Scott goes, "Russo, how did you even make this happen?" And I took a second, and I was like, "Scott, have you ever read the book The Secret?" And I've never read the book The Secret, but you get the idea.
Right.
He went out and bought
You've
it the
got
next day.
No, my mom gave me a copy of it one time, and I fucking regifted it to somebody. So I have owned a copy at one point, and I gave it away.
You just read the front and back cover and were like, I've got this figured out.
No, not
the
even
hell is
that.
this?
I
Oh.
didn't even know what it was. I was like, The Secret. What is this? And then years later, I learned about what The Secret was. Anyway, I made that comment to Scott one day, of like, "Have you ever read the book The Secret?" And he fucking fell out of his chair.
Pretty damn funny.
And so now, anytime anybody asks me these questions, like, how do you get this to happen? You always have these incredible experiences, all these things. I mentioned all the build up and like how I try to help my friends. I try to get them out of trouble.
Big
No, I try to help.
beautiful
I try to help everybody, and I try to build everybody up, because I know how hard it is to get from writing a song to playing it for somebody on the stage. And if you don't respect how difficult that is, you don't deserve to be in that presence, in my opinion. Like, if you're going to buy a ticket for a show, you got to realize how hard it is, not just to get on the stage, but to write a song and get it to the point where you feel comfortable enough to play it in front of somebody. That takes so much effort. And
Yeah.
so much like
It exactly does.
so
It's-
much like tearing yourself down, like, I don't think
Yeah.
it's good enough. Oh my god. And this is why musicians, I feel, have mental health problems, because they never feel like they're good enough. smart enough.
I've got hard drives full of material that
Exactly.
I've always just
We all
sat
do.
there and dwelled on going.
And so, you know,
I don't know if this is good enough for
I
anybody.
get you get this question
At least
enough
Kansas
about all these experiences, and
Boston.
it's I always come back to like, look, all I do is like I try to help my friends. I have friends that I know have some kind of small connection, or if I can like parlay this guy into doing these other 3 things that I talk to this person, this person, this person. The Tenacious D thing is a good example. Hey, Scott, can I have 3 links at 5 o'clock on Saturday? Yeah, you got it. Okay. Bass player from Tenacious D that happened to respond to a picture that I posted on Instagram. We're playing at 5 o'clock on Saturday. What are you guys doing at 5? We're free. We'll see you there. That's as simple
Boom.
as it was.
Yeah.
But I didn't become friends with Scott overnight. I'm not saying that like I had to kiss Scott's ass or anything like that. It's just like you treat someone a certain way, you
No.
do so much for somebody, they will do things for you. They will pull strings.
Yeah.
Initially, the answer was no. He was like, "No, man, sorry. Saturday, 5 o'clock is sound check for another band. They're busy." And rather than him tell me no and not pursue it further, he asked the band about it. Initially, the answer was no. They thought it through and said, "Oh yeah, you know what? 5 o'clock is a-okay."
Yeah. I'm trying to think of another man besides Scott that has done so much for a music scene. Like, we should really try to have him in here. That
like
guy has
talking.
been around. That guy's been around since I was in high school,
happy to help.
doing badass shit for this music
Good.
scene.
Him and Jeff.
He is
You should
definitely
have him and Matt Tobin.
yeah. Well, Scott,
Matt,
I
sure, yeah.
I ran into Scott a few times. I was working at the radio station, and this was back when Drowning Pool was getting their ship rolling and stuff. But just his name comes up in so much cool shit that has come out of the DFW area. If there was he would definitely be one of the nominations for the local music king of local music and music promotions and music productions and stuff of DFW. I think.
I would like
He's-
to have a show with him and a show with Jeffrey Lyles. That would be that'd be just freaking great.
I'll be here
Just
too.
both of them.
That'd be a good one. I bet you those two have stories out the wazoo.
You know they do.
that are
I'm happy
interesting.
to help set that up.
And I just want to
So-
talk to Jeffrey about Cottonmouth, Texas. That's all I want to talk to.
You
What the heck?
you asked a very specific question though earlier, which is
Are you from Oakwood or Red Oak?
no, not
Oh, not that
that
one?
was way
No, not
earlier.
that
We
one.
covered it.
Sorry, man.
Jesus,
Okay,
dude,
God
let's
damn.
quit bringing up old
It's
shit.
so
dude.
weird.
Jeez.
I mean, it's
But-
very tense
Uh,
talking about that.
you asked like, how do you make this happen?
You just told us. You
And I
spent 30
don't.
minutes
I
just
don't.
telling us.
I don't make it happen.
It just happens.
Everyone else does.
Yeah,
Everyone else
well,
does. How many dual shows did you guys go to at Three Links?
A
Too
lot.
many. I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many
a lot of HK shows there.
or
for sure,
HK
yeah.
shows? Like,
Yeah.
it's
You
it's
probably
a
go more.
culmination of like years and years of doing things for other people. I'm not going to keep going into it, but
What have you
You-
done for us, Nick?
Well, he tagged
have
Joe
you done?
Rogan on one of our
That was
like
funny.
when we first started.
We did get a bunch of crazy shit about that.
Sorry.
Okay, so
Sorry,
you
man.
did do something for us. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm happy. I'll tag him in as soon as this is done recording. I'll
Hey, these
fucking
guys
tag-
are up the highway.
You know what? That's my goal. I'm
You
gonna
have,
get
man.
you guys on Joe Rogan.
You know
That'll
what?
be.
I would put you on the list of nominations too for doing things for local music, though, man.
No,
I
you
really
do,
would.
and it-
You've done a shit
you've
ton
done
for a
a
lot of
ton.
bands and
It-
helped
bef-
a lot of
bef-
people out.
Before I even started playing, I started playing drums in 2011. You guys may or may not know this.
No, we talked about
We-
this on
yeah,
the
we know
previous
this.
show.
And before
And that
that,
shocked the fuck out of me.
I played bass in a local band that didn't really get a lot of attention. That eventually formed into the House Arconin. I saw how tough it was to get people to come to a show.
Oh, it's extremely difficult, especially now. But yeah, but
And
back
that's
then
the
it was-
comment I made earlier is like, if you can get 15 people versus 14 people
Mhm.
is a big thing, especially with as expensive as shit is these days and as little money as people have.
Expensive.
And even if you have to just put them on a guest list or like pay their way in, getting a person there means the world. And so like the littlest thing I can do to make that happen is like, if I just have to make a social media post to get one more person to your show,
Yeah.
why isn't everybody doing that?
Well,
What is
you know-
everybody else doing? Like I don't. I promote everybody's shows. I tell people in the background. I may not show it on social media, but like,
and
hey,
social
dude, go
media's
check out
weird.
this band, or like, hey, let's. I'll buy you a ticket to go see Frozen Soul, or let's go to the Sunshine Bar and see the shittiest bands that are around play. And you know what? There might be a fucking diamond in the rough. You don't know
never know.
that. You might see Convoy and the Cattlemen, which is one of the best fucking bands around. Like, you don't know what you're gonna see. Let someone drag you out to a show. Just be open to an experience.
That's one of the things I like about this platform we've had for 10 years now, is having an avenue for the scene and people to come on and promote and talk about things, and to promote each other and to promote things and getting it going. I like having that here. I like hearing stuff like this, and hopefully it kind of spills out to other people, that every once in a while, I don't want to get into a diatribe, but every once in a while you get into a stalemate in the scene,
Yeah.
and to where it kind of sucks, and you see it, that nobody's really helping each other out, or everybody gets offended because this certain band did. I had this certain band play my show, but they didn't invite me to play this show. You know,
Some
they didn't
petty shit.
reciprocate the favor and stuff, and it's like, guy, you just got to get over that.
There's
That's
yes.
you know,
You gotta set. You gotta.
that's
set
not
your
what
ego
it's
aside.
about. So, yeah, put your ego aside, get past that, and just
There's-
continue helping people out, no matter what.
Well,
Someone just made about a month ago made this whole tirade on Facebook about not his band not being helped out, but he's helped out all these other bands, blah 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 blah, and went off. And it
You're
was
absolutely
just
right,
the
Rich.
most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
there's a lot of egos on the west side of town.
It's just chill out, relax. Well, I'd say there's a lot of egos on the Dallas
No,
side of town, just because
Absolutely not.
I've been in
It's-
y'all's jam room. I know about those egos.
Well, dude, here's the thing: is like we'll get asked to do a show with somebody.
I'm shitting on you.
and
I'm just playing with
we'll
you.
say no, and the immediate response is like,
Oh, you're too good
"Come-
for us.
No. It's,
Oh,
dude, come on, man. It's gonna be a real good show. I promise, dude. You're gonna want to be on this one. It's like,
when's the last time you played O'Reilly's?
well, actually, they're closed now.
Are they really?
Yeah. Breaking news.
When did this happen? When did this happen?
Breaking news: O'Reilly's in Dallas, Texas is closed.
They didn't ask us to go play the final show.
Hey, can we call
Custom.
Michael Irvin? It closed.
When did they close?
Closed. In the last like 24 hours.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Man, we lose.
Thanks for breaking
Hold
the
on.
news, man.
News.
Breaking news.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
O'Reilly's
Riley's
is
Rich is
closed.
even
Dallas
same
is
thing. I didn't even see it.
closed.
I was at Beck. Sorry. I had
Yeah.
Beck shit to do. I had two tune turntables and a microphone to jack
No,
off to.
the point I was.
But
getting
wait,
to
hold on,
is-
hold on.
Oh, sorry.
That's two big clubs in a month. You lose the Rail,
Big
you lose
clubs, big
O'Reilly's.
clubs. Are they really big clubs?
I'm tapping the brakes.
Accessible clubs.
And they served a certain demographic of musicians very well. I hated the place, both of them.
I had fun when I played.
I
there,
liked
but-
going to them. I didn't like playing them. Was kind of a pain in the butt and everything.
I've played
but
O'Reilly's before.
Yeah, you just get
Yeah.
real shit faced, and
we played
Have fun.
O'Reilly's, and after our set, we were asked to keep going, and keep going, and keep going.
well, I think the
keep
reason
going.
why the last time I
Oh,
played there,
right.
we played 2 sets because the other bands didn't show up, so we just played the rest of the night.
The
Was
Rail-
that Always
I-
Once Eaten or
I
Steadfast?
thought the Rail closed a month ago.
I played O'Reilly's in the shittiest band I was ever in. It's nothing against O'Reilly's. It is. They don't do
It's in a
a
weird
good job
spot.
of filter. It's in a weird place. They don't do a good job of filtering who it is comes through there.
That's true.
If somebody says, "Hey, I want to play your bar," they go, "Okay, cool. What day?"
yeah,
Yeah.
And then you get to play there,
Rich is right.
Which
the
is
the drinks at
great,
O'Reilly's were insane.
which is great.
Yeah.
You have to have those places.
Yeah,
I like to think that Reno's is like a step above that. I like to think that
I like Reno's. Reno's is fun.
Reno's is fun.
I like.
They just had
Reno's.
Bearing Teeth there. They were Bearing Teeth hadn't played in a few years.
Really?
Yeah.
Black metal?
Oh, shit.
The ones that are in the room next door to you.
Yeah.
Huh.
The stuff they're working on sounds actually pretty cool.
You know, their guitar player. I've known him since he was 3 years old.
Is he a Red Oakian?
No, he's an Arlingtonian,
Arlingtonian.
So he didn't
We
have any of
grew
the
up-
water.
across the street from each other.
Really?
Did
Yeah.
he sleep in a coffin?
I like listening to those guys practice.
Yeah, Andrew-
Show up early.
Andrew's
And
a
I'm
good
like,
bud.
God. They're
But
fun.
no, I feel like you have to have that venue that is I'm trying to be the most political I can here.
That lets everybody
is
go play.
accessible.
Accessible. Yes.
Where when I say, "Hey, I want to play a show," they
you gotta
go,
have the dream
"Okay."
worlds of this world.
Exactly. You got to have the rail clubs.
You gotta have the rail clubs. You gotta have the dream worlds.
However, rail club is like too big to be that kind of place. They had fucking Randy and Leahy. They had Creed Bratton. They had NRCD.
You know who died there
I don't.
on stage?
I don't.
Why are we going to talk about the bad things that happen?
Okay, we won't talk about that.
You guys had some other stuff to talk about, didn't you? Besides music, like
That's
I feel like
about
I've been
it.
fucking flapping my
Let's
gums
see.
for a minute.
Where do we go?
How far are we into this? 2 hours?
Yeah, we're pretty much done. So
No, dude, we got to
Hey,
keep going, man. I,
I
feel
gotta-
like we got another hour at
I
least.
feel like we're glazing over
Jesse's story again?
Mike Sakasha. I mean, we're getting asked chat room. Mike Sakasha died on stage at
Yeah. Why would we?
the Rock
Why would we talk about things that happen?
I feel like we got another hour.
that-
You got somewhere to go?
do what? No, no.
what?
That's what I thought.
All right, so
I'm
Let's talk
married
about
now,
UFOs
sir.
or some shit,
no,
dude.
the last thing I want to talk about here.
We didn't even talk about
I need-
Sunday Metallica, dude.
That's what I was going to get to. The other thing is, real quick interjection. I got to get off this show because Disney tried to fuck us over tonight.
Yeah, I wanted to. What
Oh,
was that
dude,
about?
fucking Ahsoka, dude.
Ahsoka coming out.
They launched Ahsoka
2
tonight
episodes.
at 8:00
9 o'clock.
to
yeah.
no
Yeah, 8 o'clock Central.
to combat against this show. They're scared of us.
Yeah, I'm so geeking out on Foundation. I probably won't get to it till next week.
I'm all caught up.
There's only 2 seasons, right?
Yeah, and they're not even done with the second season.
Yeah, try these.
They're not done
These
with
are
the
the-
second season.
Sweet and spicy.
Let me see a sweet and spicy. Anyway, yeah, Sunday we had more Metallica.
Snacks.
Second
Do you guys have
show-
any good snacks at the Metallica shows?
I had nachos. We had
Nachos rule.
you ever had $100 pizza? That was pretty good.
I had a good
Nachos-
cheese dip. Up
nachos
in
rule.
the sweet.
The sweets pizzas are $100 if you have a sweet.
You gotta be shitting me.
Nope,
Did y'all see Oppenheimer?
no, not yet.
Is that the one about Barbie?
Can I bitch about something?
Go for it. Let me hear it.
Sunday's Metallica set wasn't as strong as Friday's.
I agree.
Everybody agrees that.
Well,
How was
a
the
bunch of
attendance?
drugs.
I like
How was
Friday.
the attendance at the
I don't know,
second
it was a
one?
bunch of drugs.
100,000.
Oh, it was the same.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I would never have thought that with those 2 bands.
People came in from all over the country to see their show.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into someone at Target that was from New Braunfels. That was
Is-
spending the weekend here.
Yeah.
They swung by Target before going. They all had all the ladies had their Metallica stuff on. Oh, now we get the munchos. They all have their Metallica stuff on.
Five
And
finger
they're
shirts
ready
on.
to go. No Five Finger.
Five
Did you
Finger
see
Crunch
Five
Punch?
Finger?
Dude, I don't know.
He was on a bunch of drugs, man.
Oh, okay.
I got to AT&T Stadium on Sunday. The last thing I remember is smoking cigarettes in the parking lot. And
With meth?
I don't smoke cigarettes.
That's
I've
one
never
of those
seen you
nights.
smoke a cigarette. I think.
The second night, if you want us to run through it real quick, you opened strong with
They
Whip.
closed with one.
No, they didn't.
Or
You opened strong with Whiplash, Whom the Bell Tolls, Ride the Lightning. We're great. Then we have to hit Saint Anger, Dirty Window. And I know a few people were like, holy shit, it's Dirty Window. My God, that's badass. Then 72 Seasons, If Darkness Had a Son, which feels racist to me. I don't like the name title there. 7, Fade to Black, Winter.
Another racist,
I love seeing
another
Fade to
racist
Black.
song.
No,
I remember that moment.
I love songs about suicide. Suicide
I remember
songs are the
getting up
greatest.
out of my seat and walking over from my section to the section that the Doties were sitting in and going, like squeezing between everybody and going, woo, doo, doo, doo,
And you were that guy, huh?
That was me.
Singing.
Sorry
you
to
ever-
everybody.
Have you ever stopped and looked at your life like I have and gone, man, all my favorite songs are either about drug abuse or suicide?
I think that's what all the cool ones are wrote
Uh-huh.
about, right?
Those are all my favorite songs. That's what they're about. So then You Must Burn, Call of the Cthulhu could have hung around. That
They
one,
should have brought Mustaine out, dude.
they should have.
You got any more beer in there?
Oh yes, sir, man. Yes,
Then No Leaf Clover, who cares?
I think I drank all mines.
Wherever I May Roam.
No? Last one?
I don't
Oh, yeah,
care.
dude. Wherever I roam. Actually, I care about that one, dude.
Well,
Here's why.
I had a girlfriend named Rome, and they used to
Well,
sing that
I'm
song.
so
to her,
sorry,
and
but here's why.
it's weird.
P
When
real
I
quick.
was a young lad,
Yeah, that's what I was. I was
Uh,
a young
let's see.
lad when this happened.
1994.
2 years after this album came out. Mm-hmm.
You asked me not to not burp into the microphone.
He told you that.
Somebody did.
Okay.
I remember.
3 years after that album came out.
I remember trying to like sit and learn.
Wherever I May Roam.
Boom. And it's on a fucking sitar.
Yeah.
It's like trying to learn. It's like trying to learn Nookie from Limp
Bring.
Bizkit. You gotta have that goddamn 4-string guitar that he made out of nothing.
If you saw him on the Black Tour, you saw James actually play a sitar.
Sure.
That was on a stand, and that was kind of cool.
But at my dumb, ripe age of fucking 9 years old when I'm trying to learn this song,
So, well, let's finish this out here.
or 11.
Moth into a Flame,
Uh-huh.
Battery, yes. Whiskey in a
Hell yeah.
Jar, I would have liked to. I haven't seen that live in
I
a
would
while.
have liked to have had Turn the Page instead.
I would have liked.
That
to
was the
have had
conversation we had amongst my
Tuesday's
friends.
Gone.
I'd love to have had Tuesdays On as well.
Then One, then Inner Sandman, and that's it. Done. They close with Inner Sandman.
I mean, is that not a killer double shot?
it is. So the first
They did
time,
Unforgiven 1 and
What's-
Unforgiven
What was
2?
the
There's a good double shot.
97.1 Metallica thing? Two Shot Tuesday?
Yeah.
or Mandatory Metallica.
Mandatory Metallica.
Mandatory Metallica.
Was it 2 Metallica songs?
Danger Stern.
I thought it was just an hour of Metallica
That's it,
every
right.
night.
Mandatory Metallica.
So, my buddy Jose
Dang,
sent
understand.
me the other night a ticket stub of when he saw Metallica, and it's Summer Sanitarium. It's sitting on the floor. It costs like $75.
Yeah.
So the first time I saw him, I got it right here. Does it show up on there? I don't know.
Back it up a little bit.
Up a little bit.
Oh,
Back it
now
up.
it's
No,
getting all
let's get
weird.
it closer.
Move it forward a little bit.
We'll move it forward. We'll
Oh,
make it.
man.
We'll go this way.
Okay.
You're going to show it over here,
This way.
maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can see it. There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Guns N' Roses.
It kind of went away. Guns N'
Guns N'
Roses,
Roses.
Metallica
Holy shit.
at Texas Stadium on Saturday, September 5th, 1992. Opening band, Faith No More.
No shit.
The ticket
That was
cost
the first time you saw him?
$27.50.
That was the first time you saw him?
Yeah.
On the floor?
No, we weren't on the floor. We were in the lower bowl, though. Then, I'm missing a whole bunch of ticket stubs, but the next one I could find was Ferris. The Lollapalooza, which was in a cornfield, which me and Jose were talking about this, is, he likes seeing One Again on Sunday, and I was like, I'm chasing a dragon because
That was the greatest one ever.
I felt like I was in Vietnam
Yeah.
when in the cornfield, in the pitch dark, and explosions are going off everywhere, and you're
here's a
like,
fact.
what
They
the
were
fuck
carrying
is
bodies
going on?
out at
Here's a
that
fact
show,
I
too.
didn't mention yet that I learned about this weekend. Each of those pillars,
Yeah,
they had enough speaker power in each one of those pillars
To-
for one arena.
yeah.
Each
Yeah.
one of those pillars.
It sounded
and there was
great.
like 8 of them.
It sounded fantastic in there. I thought it sounded pretty
There
damn
wasn't
good.
a bad
I didn't
sound.
know they were such a fan of Striper.
Yeah, with the black and yellow beach balls.
Wow.
Tarrant County
Oh
Convention
man, those
Center.
beach balls were a nightmare when I was all fucked up on Friday night.
Tarrant County Convention Center. This was the Cunning Stunts time.
With Man on Fire.
May 9th and May 10th, 1997. Those tickets cost $27.50.
How much?
$27.50.
That was back when
On the
merch
floor?
cost more
On
than
the
the
floor?
tickets. That was back when merch cost more than the tickets.
Yeah.
When t-shirts actually cost money.
So I'm missing a bunch of tickets between '97 and 2008. I
You
gotta
were
go
at
find
that,
them.
You were at that '96 Lollapalooza though, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yep.
And
That's
the
what we
Me
were
too.
just talking about.
that was great.
That was my first one.
That's where it felt like you were in
You were
Vietnam.
really in Vietnam.
because you're in a cornfield and all sorts of shit's exploding,
I was in 6th grade.
and it's pitch black.
That was the best Soundgarden show I'd
You're
ever
probably
seen.
one of those little kids I pushed over.
Probably.
Get the fuck out of the pit, kid.
I got hit in the head with bags of ice multiple times.
That happens.
I saw Sponge,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Ramones,
Psychedelica,
Melvins,
the
Psychedelica, Soundgarden,
Rancid.
Rancid, and Metallica. I was in. It was the summer between 6th and 7th
You're
grade.
missing one of the greatest things ever, though, because you had Soundgarden too, but you had
Ramones,
Waylon.
Sponge.
Yeah, Waylon Jennings.
Oh shit, he was there.
Waylon Jennings played. He whipped out just a good old boy. Didn't mean it.
Do you remember how you had to go in one road in that
So-
place?
Yeah, it took like
It
took
3
like
hours,
3 hours
to get out
to
there.
get
I felt
there.
like I was
You
in
see
I-
emergency helicopters coming in and out?
That was in Ferris, Texas.
Ferris.
I lived in Red Oak, Texas
Yeah.
at the time.
So you could have walked. Same water.
I could, yeah.
Yep.
You know the mascot of Ferris, the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
You ever seen this?
Oh,
You seen this? Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Get your Google images out. Pull it up. Ferris Yellow Jackets. That Yellow Jacket's cranking his hog on the water
He
tower.
is.
Anyway,
I forgot about
it was
that.
it was the summer between 6th and 7th grade, and my brother had convinced my
You gotta
dad.
find it.
Dad, you need to let Nick come to this concert with me. We're going to see all these amazing bands. It's in the middle of this empty field. It's going to be totally safe, totally fine. He's going to be okay.
Oh, a fornicator.
It was so hot.
And we go
So hot.
to 96 Lollapalooza.
People are falling out.
And
It was fun.
It was the
I
first
was- I
concert
was-
I'd been to where they had a mist tent that you could
I
walk
was
through.
I was so young that I wasn't quite impacted by the elements as much as I could have been.
We
If
understand.
I went today, I'd have a fucking heart attack. I'd be white as a ghost. I'd be dead. But
I don't think I'd go now. Like, that's, I'm
in
not going through that heat.
1996, it was okay.
You want
Here's
that
the
set
thing.
list?
In a second.
God, it's
In a
so
second.
good.
Badass.
And so we, at that point in my life, I started playing guitar when I was 8 years old. And at that time, I was, let's see,
Math.
12? I was 12 years old. I was born in 83. Started at 8. I was 11,
Right.
12, somewhere around there.
Impressionable
Anyway.
young lad.
My brother had introduced me to Nirvana, Soundgarden, Silverchair, all these grunge bands. And then I had another friend who had an older brother that introduced him to Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer. And so I had both these angles of musical introduction,
Right.
so to say.
This show in Ferris opened and closed with a cover.
We'll get to that. And so I
Are you running this show now?
I am running the show. I'm the producer.
Okay. We're just gonna sit back.
I'm the
then.
leader.
Let's see what's going on.
I go to this show in Ferris, and I actually had the Sponge album that had just come out.
That was a good album.
You know that one, Wax
Yeah.
Static.
The one with
Wax
when
is
I
static.
wake up, some dream. Wasn't that them? Yeah. Yeah. They played the side stage too.
Ooh, they did, and so did the Melvins.
Melvins was.
And I had never even
I think that's the first time I saw Melvins.
that had never even come across my radar.
All of a sudden, you're getting
And
introduced to
and
sludge.
I'm like, dude, what are these guys doing? I can do this.
And
Yeah.
Psychedelica, wasn't Psychedelica all like painted in silver?
I can't
I
remember.
don't quite remember
They're all
that.
painted in silver. And
I
Rancid.
probably made my way to the main stage.
Didn't they do some weird
was-
thing in the
it
middle of
was,
the day too,
uh,
where they did like a hypnosis type thing or something too?
I think it was Rancid, Ramones, Soundgarden, Metallica, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, man.
order wise. Am I right on that?
I drunk myself
Rancid,
sober at
Ramones,
that show.
Soundgarden, Metallica. What was the order?
I think I'm
It was
looking-
Rancid.
You got a computer
I
in
think
front of
it-
you,
I think-
possibly?
I think,
Maybe two
I
of
think
them?
it was
I'm looking at
what
the
you just
date.
said. Rancid, Soundgarden, then
no, Rancid, Ramones,
then Soundgarden, then Metallica.
and I had never even the Ramones were not even a word in my
Vocabulary.
vocabulary at that point. I was all about fucking. At that point, I was all about Leonard Skinner, Earth, Wind and Fire, Doobie Brothers. Yeah, crank that up.
1996.
Let's
You
hear
ready?
Let's hear the order.
It would have started with Psychotica in the morning. Screaming Trees. I forgot about Screaming Trees.
Oh yeah, Screaming Trees played.
That was the other one. That's
Yeah.
and I remember being there for that. I was like,
You're right.
bro, we got to be there. I told my brother, I was like, we got to be there as soon as the show starts. Mark Lanigan's fucking gonna shred this thing.
Which sold me some stuff at the Sub Pop store. This is what was crazy was you were right. The Shaolin monks did a whole thing.
Yeah,
And then
some meditation hypnosis thing.
Rancid, then the Ramones,
Uh-huh.
then Waylon
Soundgarden.
Jennings,
Then
Oh, yeah.
Soundgarden.
Waylon Jennings was
then Soundgarden,
right
then
before
Metallica.
man. That's pretty cool.
Waylon Jennings, that was
What about the side stage?
It's funny because I forgot
the side stage here.
I remember Sponge. That's
Oh,
all
I forgot
remember.
Girls Against Boys was over there. Ben's Folds 5 was over there.
Ben Folds 5.
Soul Coughing, Sponge,
Soul Coughing.
Melvin.
I
Vins.
remember Soul Coughing.
Melvins.
and then 311.
311 was there?
Yes.
And Doubt in the Ferris show.
Yeah,
Violent Femmes.
The- Violent Femmes. I remember them.
Saw the
Oh, fuck. I don't remember any of this.
Wu Tang was at some shows, and Cheap Trick was some.
311 was
surprise.
not 311 was not at the Ferris show.
I'm pretty sure they were.
They could not have been. If they were there,
They weren't
I would have
anything
known.
there.
You
I mean,
what?
they weren't anything back then. They were just still. starting out.
1996, I knew 311 very, very well. I promise you I would have seen 311. They could not have been at the Ferris show.
I thought they were.
I thought they were too, because I remember all my friends freaking out, and I was
Nah,
like, "This band fucking sucks. I don't give a shit about them."
It's got cool hair. Peanut's brother went to UNT, so
Peanut beat that thing.
yeah.
All right, so the Metallica show that night opened with "So What."
Yeah.
Cre-
From Load.
No, the cover.
The Garage Inc.
I fucked
Oh,
a
they put
sheep.
that on the-
I fucked a goat. I ran my cock right down its
your
throat.
throat.
So
A lot of
what?
stuff from Load on that
So
set.
what? It's on there.
They did
Creeping
he-
Death, Sabbath True, Ain't My Bitch,
Did they do Hero of
Whiplash,
the
It
Day?
ain't my bitch.
Fade to Black. Not a bad song. I'm jamming that song.
I'm cool with it.
King Nothing, One, Until It Sleeps, For Whom the Bell Tolls,
Until
Wherever
It
I May
Sleeps.
Roam, Nothing Else Matters, Enter Sandman. Then the encore was Last Caress, Master of Puppets, and then they did Overkill. I forgot about Overkill.
I remember walking out before Last Caress. I remember standing at the very, very back of the venue, at the very, very back, like waiting to hear how are they going to start the encore.
And it was, I got something to say. Dun dun. I raped your baby today. Or it's Mother Today's first one. Isn't it? I raped
Yeah,
your
Mother
mother
Today.
today. And it.
Yeah.
Freaking misfits.
Misfits
lot of
are playing at
covers
my buddy Adam's house next weekend. What you guys have on the list besides Metallica weekend? UFOs?
Pretty
Wanna
much
talk
knocked
UFOs?
it out, man.
Yeah, I just had some real quick questions, and then
Let's not. We shouldn't. We
Questions for you.
Look, you guys got Nick Russo on the fucking cast right now.
I know.
Let's not waste this time. Let's
we're not
fucking-
wasting it. Here we go. These are the last three questions. I pulled these up today because I thought they were interesting. I saw them floating around. And,
I got something to say.
You raped my mother today?
I'm
That's
gonna probably need
weird.
another beer.
This is weird that we got into this.
All right,
Y'all got any beers left in there?
we
got
do.
something close
You
to a
sure you
Bach?
need one? You sure you need one?
Oh hell yeah! What's this?
Russo, what's your most hated food?
So my answer to that today is most seafood.
Really?
However,
Uh-huh.
when you ask someone if they do or do not like seafood, and they say yes or no,
If they say yes, you open your mouth.
what
Food.
what type of
Uh-huh.
seafood would you expect someone to say that they hate the most?
Carp.
No, any seafood, any.
Escargot. I'm not a fan of escargot. Well, those are snails.
Those are
Whichever.
land-living animals.
Calamari. People get pissed off about calamari. They're very
I-
polarized about
I
calamari.
actually love oysters,
Oysters are not bad.
I'm not a big fan of oysters.
They're not bad. A little
but
Tabasco.
I dislike shrimp. Not a big fan.
I love shrimp.
Here's the problem I have with shrimp. Everyone cooks it wrong. It's always fucking chewy. It's disgusting. People don't know how to cook shrimp.
Well, if you're good at doing shrimp, you fry it.
If you're good at cooking shrimp, it doesn't taste like a fucking eraser when you're done with it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So
A lot
that's
of-
where my
A lot of
problem is.
calamari's like that.
I like to
I-
fry
chewy.
shrimp.
I will
man.
if somebody
Good
puts
batter.
if somebody puts a hunk of salmon or tuna or whatever in front of me, I'll eat it. But my least favorite food is like generally seafood, but I like oysters, which are like the most hated type of seafood.
I'm not a big fan of seafood, but I did fall in love with whitefish over in Ireland.
That's racist.
because it was so just perfect done
I literally
everywhere.
had the conversation.
England,
with,
same way.
I had the conversation with James
Hetfield.
Gubrel Saturday night. Hetfield Saturday night. I told him I was like, man, I need to start cooking more fish, like fillets of fish. I need to start cooking them myself because I feel like anytime I've had it, it's been cooked wrong, and I can cook better than most.
You
people.
have to go somewhere.
That's because you're a chef.
Well,
And you have to go somewhere like you can't go to a fucking Lake Palestine and have catfish at the catfish
have to-
corral
you have to
where it stinks and smells like shit. You got to go somewhere where fish is cooked
any
right.
dish you ever cook, I don't care if it's seafood, steak, chicken, whatever, you have to start with good ingredients.
And catfish is
And if
not
you
a
do,
good ingredient.
well, no.
There's some good catfish.
You can
fillets
start with
you
good
can-
catfish. I've had good catfish.
fuck you, catfish
I've-
Sam's.
I've-
Looking
I've
at you.
No. I've eaten catfish before that I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
I have a friend, dear friend. I've gone to Louisiana with him before. His dad's done fish fries. His dad cooks fish better than anyone I know in a fryer. It's incredible, but you have to start with good, fresh ingredients. If you do not start with good, fresh ingredients, you are not going to have a good end result.
But if you're in Panama City Beach and you walk into a place that smells like
And I'm not going to eat fish there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Morning, ladies.
order
Yeah.
fucking tendies and cheese sticks,
or I'm gonna go somewhere else.
and I'm gonna drink 1,000,000 Coors Lights.
Yeah. You wake up tomorrow and you're omnipotent, meaning you can do anything you want. What would you do?
Omnipotent is the word.
No, it's omnipotent. I was wondering if you get it. I
If
was wondering how
could
much
do-
you've had to drink.
I've had
But you caught it, so you're
6
good.
beers. If I were omnipotent, if I could do anything,
Omnipotent.
if I could do anything, it would be focused on helping other people. I am very, very focused on making sure everyone is here. I have a very big problem with not just our country but the world of the way classism exists,
hmm
and there are so many different levels of people in the world, and it's not.
Well, don't worry. There's only about to be 2.
I know it's
Yeah.
well.
We're working our way to just having
Already
2.
is almost.
Yeah, we're almost to 2.
I feel like it's
It's the elites and everyone else.
the
Yeah.
amount of work that would be required to have a 3-class system, and maybe even a 4 or 5-class system is not far off. If you think about the amount of money that was dedicated towards, for instance, repairing cities in COVID, there were $350 billion that were donated. I don't know if you read this story or not. $350 billion donated to the United States from the government. For a city like LA, for instance, they almost got $2 billion.
And look where they are
That was
now.
supposed to be focused on building not free, but very, very cheap or subsidized housing for the homeless. And if you talk to people in LA, their biggest complaint is, how many homeless people do we have on the street? Okay.
Way too many.
I don't want to get into the politics side of things, but if you, if it were up to me and I could do anything, I would take every bit of resource and effort and ability to help the disenfranchised, the homeless, everyone that is in disabilities, like everyone, and
straits.
try to bring them from here to another level, because it doesn't take much. If you think about someone that's living on the street and how much it costs to put them into, nothing against this room, but like to give them a room like this and a toilet and a shower, it does not cost that much.
It doesn't.
We're talking maybe $300 or $400 a month, and I would do that. And then
I tell you what I do: 2 chicks.
At the same time.
And then my second option would probably, it'd be 2 chicks at the same time. And then my third option, it would be to go to Bali, and I would sit with an acoustic guitar, and I would, whatever little hut or shack would allow me to play music for them for the day, for thousands of dollars, I would do that.
Or you
I
could
would-
just take money
I would entertain
because you're
people.
omnipotent.
You gotta watch out for the cobras, man.
They don't have snakes in Bali.
They don't.
Uh-uh.
They have
Hawaii doesn't have snakes.
they
You
have
better
li-
Google that,
they have
sir.
little huts that float over the ocean
Yeah.
in Bali, and I would go entertain people in Bali. That would be my
You have
my
a dream
number
to be in
my
Bollywood
number 3 wish.
someday?
Bollywood is different than Bali.
Okay.
So Bollywood is more focused on India, Pakistan.
I want to go to Dollywood.
Bangladesh. Bali is
Some
like a
badass roller coasters.
small island place in the middle of the Pacific Ocean.
All right,
Have
last
you
question.
looked at a map?
no,
Yeah,
I will
no.
though tonight.
You need to study a map.
We got questions over here.
Nope.
Anybody?
This is the last question right here. What is something non-sexual you enjoy doing naked?
Naked?
Yes.
It's easy. Take a shit.
No. Well, of course.
What are you,
Everyone
Donnie?
loves to do that. Naked?
Maybe.
Something you
Sometimes.
enjoy doing non-sexual naked.
Appearing on Naked and Afraid.
Oh man, that's
I like surviving.
honestly, like when I am naked because of my, like, how I feel about my body and stuff, I'm like, oh, I gotta put underwear on.
Quick.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I gotta put a t-shirt on. But
Sleeping's pretty great.
the question,
Yeah,
what?
is
Repeat
a
the
good one.
question one more time, because
What
I
is
think
something non-sexual you enjoy doing naked? I like sharpening pencils.
I like
in the nude.
I like
Just-
I like frying a pound of bacon and getting a sizzle chest.
There you go.
My favorite.
Singer.
Sleeping's pretty good, but my favorite,
Making a grilled cheese, maybe.
swimming.
Yeah,
Swimming's pretty good.
Swimming's
but,
pretty
man,
great. There's
dude,
something about it, man. You're just
Yeah.
like,
Unless there's
I like going
somebody,
to work
unless there's
naked.
somebody else that really wants to see what it is you're flopping around in that pool, like
you don't have to have people around to do it. You can just I
I
used to have a
know, I
swimming
get
pool
it,
back here. I used
Dustin,
to
I
do
like
it all the
doing
time.
naked jujitsu.
let me ask you guys a couple
Like,
questions.
what's his name in Mallrats? The dad.
Let me ask you guys a couple questions.
Okay.
What is
Then I got to get out of here. I got to go. So you give me a couple.
10:30, dude?
I know. I've got to get up at
I
5.
got kids too, dude.
No, I have stuff I have to take care of tonight.
Okay, one question.
Naked?
One question.
Nope.
In the last 6 months, what is the most proud moment you've had?
The last 6 months.
Just seeing my son graduate. Bam,
Yeah.
done.
My Allie graduated too.
That was easy.
Yeah, I'm getting married again. I never thought I'd get married again. I'm pretty proud
That
of
happened?
Yeah.
No
Yeah, so-
shit.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pretty proud that
I
someone
knew
married
you got
Matt.
engaged, but I didn't know you got married, man.
Yeah,
Fucking A.
Yeah, well,
Congrats,
slid
bud.
it under the radar. Kind of sneaky wedding. What about you?
My most proud moment? Ooh. Oh, God, there's so many.
One that was pretty cool. What happened on
No,
Saturday?
yeah. Saturday would probably be up there. I've had some pretty incredible work achievements happen. I'm not going to talk about job stuff, but yeah, I would say Saturday is probably pretty high up there. Being able to
It's a pretty damn good one.
being in the same room as those guys is one thing. Like that's, but to play and then to hear the feedback and how a guy that plays in one of the biggest bands in the world
Ever
feels
too.
feels about your band
Yeah.
is it's pretty high up there. Yeah,
That's it's really freaking badass.
It is.
yeah, I would say that. But also my most proud moment for the year is probably gonna happen on Saturday.
When you turn 40.
Made it.
I turned 40. We haven't talked about this show too much.
We did talk about it earlier. But,
We just touched on it.
so let's do it.
It's at Double Wide.
It's at Double Wide.
We've got a whole evening prepared. So I reached out months ago to Double Wide and I asked, can I have the venue and can I have the bar? And they agreed. And so in the bar, we're going to have Yacht Rock DJs all night long,
Yes.
Awesome.
spinning only records,
Sweet.
playing nothing but the softest, smoothest yacht rock jams. I keep forgetting God and love anymore.
I was listening to that yesterday.
We're going to, in the venue, open with Lazy DC. Mostly,
That's a Motley Crue cover band, right?
You're gonna play Bread
it's
Fan?
100% Motley Crue. No, it's mostly Bon Scott era AC/DC.
So no
We have-
bread fan.
We have one.
God, I wish someone would
We have
open with
one
Bread Fan.
Brian Johnson AC/DC song in the set. Comes at the end. That band includes myself, Michael Doty as Malcolm Young, Greg Altoona.
He's not
as
alive anymore, right?
Malcolm, I think he's dead.
Yeah, I think so.
Angus is still around.
Angus is still alive.
As Angus Young, we have Greg Altoona.
Okay.
As what's the fucking bass player's name?
I mean, no one really cares.
Nobody cares. We got Tommy Roberts from Tone Shop Guitars.
It's normally just you worry about the Youngs
On vocals, we got
and Brian Johnson or
we
Bon
got
Scott.
Lou Reynolds. That's the first set. Second set. Nick Russo, Casey Dennington, acoustic only, Tenacious D.
Ooh.
Oh,
Where we're
this-
gonna do.
Candlelight.
I don't have all
Unplugged,
the-
unplugged.
I don't have the songs worked out yet, but probably 10-ish or 12 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're doing 5 full band Tenacious D songs. James Lubrell on drums, Michael Doty on guitar, Scott White from Duel on bass guitar, Casey Dennington on acoustic guitar. Full band Tenacious D.
And then Fugitive, because Fugitive likes to
And
headline
then
everything.
Fugitive, they're going to show up and they're going to fuck all your moms.
There you go.
Will the devil be there?
The devil will not be in the house that
Damn.
night. I'm sorry, man. We could try to summon him. So I'll give you the set list. Exclusive.
I'm bringing my pick. of
Exclusive.
Destiny.
Fugitive set list.
This is going to be the full band Tenacious D set.
Oh, okay.
Rock Your Socks.
All right.
We've never played ever.
Okay.
Explosivo.
I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock your socks.
Explosivo, which we have played before.
Mhm.
After that is going to be.
After the Rain by Nelson.
No, I keep fucking this up.
Now, that would be a cool cover band, huh?
Bread fan.
Nelson. I keep forgetting the set list.
Dude, Nelson playing.
No,
Red
here it
Fan.
is. So Rock Your Socks, Explosivo, The
Okay.
Road,
The Road.
full band.
The Road's good. Yeah, the Road's
Every
great.
road
Wonder Boy?
has its thorn.
Wonder Boy.
full band, and then Kickapoo to close the set. That's the set list. Exclusive on the Jerry Jonestown podcast.
That's a night.
Exclusive.
That is a night. That's a night right there. Right there. It's a good night.
So yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
The AC/DC set. If you guys are fans of like Powerage, Highway to Hell,
What about Steel of the Night?
High Voltage, we're doing the live version of High Voltage. If you maybe want.
What's
to
the
add
song
as
that I
the
really
outro.
like?
Are you doing AC/DC's Living on a Prayer?
If You Want Blood. You got
It's
it.
in there, bud. That's my like. If we do a set and
Dirty
that
Deeds.
song, it's not in there. Sorry, bud.
That's later.
No, that's on.
Oh yeah, no, Dirty Deeds is on there. I was thinking it's on.
It's
Back
on the
of Box.
Dirty Deeds album.
It is on the Dirty Deeds album. You're right. God damn it. Huh.
What other songs? Was throw some
See if
others
you
out.
try to marginalize
So,
I'll
all
tell you
if we're doing it.
AC/DC
What?
knowledge again.
Biggest balls of
We're not doing.
mole.
We're not doing big
Son
balls.
of a bitch.
Sin City.
Sin City's good.
Rock and Roll Damnation.
You know what song I could
Down
go?
Payment Blues.
I know y'all won't play this because it's late era, but I have made a pact with whomever.
He wants to do Thunderstruck.
That's it.
With
If
Thunderstrike.
I never hear Thunderstruck again in my life, you can take a week off of it.
Dude, we're not.
We never
ever-
played that
we're
at the Eagle.
We're never gonna learn Thunderstruck.
That's never played at the stadium ever. For when the cheerleaders walk
They don't
out
ever play Weed
all
and
the
Boys
time.
either.
Or the Kelly Clarkson. Get
Oh,
up,
Kelly
get up,
Clarkson.
get up. And I wanna. All right,
Oh,
I gotta get outta here.
I do too.
because I got to. There's
School,
travel
I'm gonna
shit
sleep.
happening.
I'm gonna sleep in your yard, dude.
Okay,
It's happened
we
before.
got a trampoline
Man,
out there.
Look how cool I look, dude.
You do look
Fucking
cool.
sunglasses, dude.
Sunglasses.
You almost
They
look
make
as cool as
everything.
Doty.
Whatever. Fuck that guy.
All right, so this weekend, come out to the double wide.
Saturday,
We'll see you
baby.
Saturday.
Hey, if you listen to this podcast and you come to the show and you show me that you listened to it on your YouTube channel, I will buy you a beer.
What time?
Or
What
sign an
time's everything
autograph,
starting?
First band
Sign
9:30.
autographs.
Music in the bar, Yacht Rock
Yeah,
starts at 9. So we got Yacht Rock DJs. We didn't talk about that.
yeah, you did.
30 seconds.
You talked about it.
Myself,
All right.
Hampton Mills, Melissa Meow, Gavin.
You don't have the biggest yacht rock DJ of all?
Who?
Jorts? Where's he at?
I'll tell you after.
Oh, okay. All right. So come out this Saturday, double wide,
He needs
double
to be on the
wide,
show too, pretty soon.
and
right?
we'll
make love.
and look in the mirror.
We get our noses stuffed up.
All right, we're out of here with that later. And let me kill the stream. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to this live stream. We appreciate all you guys for coming out and stuff.
We
A
love
little
you
bit-
all so hard.
I had something for the live stream tonight, but it got a little crazy and out of control. But
What do
next
we-
week,
What do we have for the live stream?
next week,
Giveaway.
I'm gonna give away a new car to a lucky listener in the live stream. All right, we're out of here. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Bye, Susie.
Love you, mean it.
I feel like that was a successful podcast.